So hello guys, and welcome back to another video in our channel. Welcome back to our video today, and wow. It's super interesting. It's super interesting. That's whatever we watched there. But is anyone even surprised about the humbling defeat? But at least let's be positive. Let's look at it from the bright side. We won in the second half, 1-0.
Bright side.
We won 1-0 in the second half, and there's just a lot to talk about. And I want to congratulate Manchester United by the way for their victory. I think even from the first minute, they looked like the team that wanted to play. Again, Chelsea start a game shaky. Again, the clumsiness in defense. And one thing that I have to say about that game is that we don't get a lot of. We are saying that Sanchez actually gave the game away, but it's all about who put Sanchez in that position. It was Manchester United. It was Manchester United. So despite the defeat, despite everything, Chelsea and Manchester United were the ones who showed intent in that game, and they are the ones who showed the desire to actually win the game. So I have to give them all the credit. At least I am right. I was right about the scoreline. I was right about the lineup. I just didn't know which team got 2-1, and Manchester United got it. At some point in the first half, I thought it was going to be a battering. Oh my God. Oh, I thought it was going to be a 5-0 or something like that. But somebody is saying that it is Sanchez's fault, but it was the defense, because how don't you win that aerial duel? Chalobah loses that aerial duel to Sesko, and that allows Mbeumo to go out. I cannot blame Sanchez because I've seen Ederson also make silly mistakes like this. So I really can't blame. Okay, he's at fault today. He's at fault. That's why you're supposed to sign great goalkeepers. Donnarumma was there. You see, this is one transfer window where we've really failed the manager. I just want to be honest. About this. This is one transfer window that we have terribly failed the manager. And I can't lie. What's your opinion on this, Mehdi?
First of all, I'm usually pretty chill, but I wholeheartedly hope United get relegated. I hope they delete that club. I hope just everything about that club pisses me off to my core. How do you always lose to every team? You draw with Grimsby, you bend over for your rivals, but the moment Chelsea come, you turn into prime Barcelona. It really, 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 really annoys me. And you know what? I think today Maresca has a lot to blame. A lot to blame.
I was so disappointed with the substitutions he made, because I've always said this: the best form of defense is attack. If you have Neto spacing behind, if you have Estevao spacing behind, Manchester United are not just going to commit to you. That game was lost the minute he made that panic substitution, because you have not conceded a goal. Why don't you just retain your wingers? Because you brought in Tosin, but still he was nowhere to be seen when who's this Indian guy? Who's the Indian guy? Yeah, that guy was playing was heading the ball in the far post. Where was Tosin?
And on top of that, he was probably our worst player today. I'll be honest with you. The amount of times he's misplaced passes, the amount of poor errors, poor ball tracking, poor marking is absolutely disgraceful. And I'll be real, playing Gusto at left wing, playing Tariq George as striker, when you have Garnacho, Gittins, and Gui all on the bench, come on, man. I get that we're losing, but bro, this is a game we need to win, man. Come on.
And again, Cucurella would have offered way more threat than Gusto. down that left, if the ball was being played down that left, he would have been making those runs and looking to make cutbacks down the left. But he decided to play a right footer. You see, he just lost this. Let me just read some of the comments here, because I'm hearing that people really have very great ideas. Chelsea is not a serious club. Yeah. From the hierarchy, it's clearly not a serious club. I agree with you. They have failed the manager. Yeah, Maresca asked for a centre back, and you can clearly see we don't have an experienced centre back. We even allowed Hincape to just go and sit on the bench at Arsenal. He panicked after the red card. He needed to go into a 4-4-1, into a 4-4-1. Yeah, he needed. And I think even after that substitution, I think Palmer just looked at it and said, just get me off. The boys were better in the second half, beaten when we were a man down. In the second half, it was more about sideways and backward passes.
Yeah. And the only player who was offering any type of creative threat was Reece James. That's it.
Yeah. It was terrible. The first thing was Fofana didn't need to play. It doesn't
I don't know
change.
if I agree with that. I think he was probably one of our better center backs today.
Yeah, true. Shaloba was all over the place. We need to bring Guehi, Giu, and Garnacho. Have missed Palmer. There's nothing that Palmer would have done without runners ahead. You see, this is one thing that people don't know about Palmer. If you don't put runners ahead of him, you don't expect Palmer to do anything. You are the psychology guy. Myself, I'm not surprised. I know a lot of people have tried to call me today, this evening. I've received a lot of calls from Man United fans as expected. I think I'll just be okay tomorrow because, yeah. But I've congratulated Manchester United. They started the game well. You don't start the game like that. And you see, and this is the reason why I said we should. I'm not even angry about okay, I'm disappointed with the defeat, but I am not angry with the okay. But for sure, our defense is shaky, not good enough on the ball. We literally played the game without wingers. Maresca has shown inexperience. It's not about inexperience. I said in that Brentford game, I did not understand what he was resting in that Brentford game, honestly. That was the game you're supposed to win. Win away at Brentford. Come to Manchester United and draw.
It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Like, I can't excuse the manager today. And for all those people who are blaming Sanchez, look, it's going to happen once in a while. It's happened to Ederson. It's happened to all top goalies. And if I'm being real, Sanchez doesn't come out and Bemwe scoring that. Like, he's through on goal, bro. He hasn't been tracked by Caicedo. If you go back, watch the replay, Caicedo kind of let him go. He ran behind him. And you know what? This isn't the first time we're losing players in marking situations. We did the same thing in the second and third goals. We did the same thing in the Brentford game. It looks like players are going to sleep. And my question now is this World Cup fatigue starting to show? Our highlights becoming less than effective.
Oh, it is the World Cup fatigue. It is the World Cup fatigue, honestly speaking. That Club World Cup took a toll on us. And probably we might start getting back in form towards the latter stages of the first leg. So I don't even know. You see, there was that kind of scare. Teams were a bit scared about Chelsea when it came to the first games of the season, even so the way Crystal Palace respected Chelsea.
Yeah.
But now going to a poor Man United team and handing them 3 points, I think now you have given teams. Now teams are going to come at you. Yeah, let me just call my friend here. Hello, Nikki. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, how are you? How are you feeling?
I see you have been beaten.
How do you feel?
I'm very happy that you have gotten your L. World champions.
We are here with Nicky, man, and as Manchester United fans,
Yeah.
we are pleased.
We are very happy.
But there, congratulations to Manchester United fans. Congratulations. Yeah, a lot of people will say that, oh, it was a red card. You forced that red card. It was the way you played that made that red card to happen.
Yeah.
If you don't play well, you don't get that red card. So, in fact, they deserved. They came. They are the only team who came out with the desire to play and win. So they really played well, and they deserved. They deserved to be ahead in that first half because they're the ones who showed the intent to actually win that game.
What's next for Chelsea, bro?
Going back to training, trying to win in that Carabao Cup game that we have midweek, and trying to beat Sunderland at home.
And why do you think he didn't play Garnacho, bro? Because I saw Garnacho.
Sometimes you think, yes, maybe.
I'm saying we'll probably lose to Sunderland as well. We have a horrible record there.
No. We will not lose to Sunderland.
What do you mean we won't lose to Sunderland? We lost to United. It doesn't get lower than that.
No, you see,
my God, that's so funny.
At least today you get to see Nicky. Tomorrow you are playing Manchester City. I don't know why you're laughing.
We'll win.
But I know you're going to win. I know you're going to win. You're a good team. You're a good team.
I'll give you my correct score. 2-0.
Clean sheet.
Yeah, clean sheet, of course. David Raya is not like Sanchez, you know.
How is David Raya?
David Raya is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the we are just, as we are talking about Chelsea, it was nice to see you. At least you are happy. Yeah. Greet everyone over there.
We must support our guy. Look at this Manchester United fan.
I know, he's very happy.
Very happy. He's Wader. See that, yeah?
Yo, bro, pick my case, man. Pick my case, man.
Hey, see you. Let me play some FIFA.
Okay, it's time for you to go.
Oh man, it's sad. Arsenal's second centre-back pairing is better than our first centre-back pairing.
Honestly, and it is the truth. Hincape and who's the other centre-back?
Mosquera.
They are good. They are okay.
Nah, Mosquera is a beast, man. I've seen him play.
You saw the way he stepped up and actually played better even when Saliba was out injured. And I kept on saying this. And the coach is telling you that I don't have good centre-backs.
Exactly.
And I knew it. And now you realize that Colwill was super important for this team. And when Colwill got injured, everything went outside the door. We couldn't do anything. We can't defend. We can't play from the back. We can't. And the central centre back. I said this in my preview, in my analysis, that is the player who initiates the first attack. So if he's the player who initiates the first attack, and he's not playing. And then, did you see the passes that Tosin tried to make during the game? Did you see how pathetic they were?
Yes, that pissed me off so much. He couldn't make a simple switch, a simple pass in the middle. Cole breaks those lines, man, all the time. The ball's going to Palmer, Pedro, 1-2, we're in behind.
And whenever Tyreek George and João Pedro kept on making those runs, you couldn't see. Who's this guy? You couldn't see Tosin actually looking to make those passes. And
Tyrone Enzo as well. Enzo was poor, man. He's supposed to be our creator.
Enzo has been poor since the season started. I just want to be honest. He's been so poor. He's so poor since the season started. I can't even lie.
And sometimes I feel bad for Caicedo, man, because he looks isolated there sometimes. It looks like he's having to do two things, because sometimes, I don't know if you notice, Caicedo now has to be the one making passes. I don't know if you notice.
He has to be the one making passes. He has to be the one who's defending. I really don't understand. Lavia was bought to sit on the bench. He was bought to give company to the medical team. Guys, you need to tell me where João Pedro has disappeared recently. I don't think he has.
He wasn't bad, man. He tried a lot today.
The team is just terrible. The team is just terrible. But
João Pedro, bro, there were times you see him carrying the ball, turning away from 1, 2, 3 players, and there's no one to even pass to. You can't blame him, man. What is he supposed to do? You won so many fouls. He tried what he could, bro. I think the problem with Chelsea is, they don't have players that fit the manager's style. It's just a team of a few individuals. You stop those few individuals get hurt, it's over. You look at that team: Palmer, Caicedo, Cucurella, Pedro, Cole, and James. The rest of the team, they should be somewhere else. They shouldn't be in Chelsea. They should not be in Chelsea. But okay, that being said, I think really we have to criticize Maresca. I don't know why Tariq George is playing striker. I don't know why you call Guy back to play George in the 10 and you don't even start Guy any games. Oh, what's the point?
I am telling you, this manager, sometimes you can't even defend him. You literally can't defend him. You can't defend him. I'm telling you can't defend him. Because I was so pissed. I was not even pissed about the red card. I was so pissed when I saw the substitutions. I was like,
yeah. Oh my God, exactly.
God. I was so pissed. If you just decided to take Palma for Sanchez and you retained Estevao and Neto, I'm telling you, even in that first half, you would have gotten something. You would have gotten something in that game.
Because you see how James gave Dogu hell. Imagine Estevao against Dogu now. And I'll say this. I don't know why, when we started the game, on the left-hand side, we had Estevao, and on the right, we had Neto. I'm just saying that. He kind of got lucky. I think it should have been the other way, but whatever. Even Neto, I don't know if you saw his reaction to being substituted. He was fuming on the bench.
Now it's getting back to that winning ways. Then when you play Sunderland, now you have to play Liverpool.
Oh my God.
When you play Sunderland, you have to play Liverpool.
Oh man, I don't know what we're gonna do against Liverpool. Pulling up with Tosin and Chalobah at the back.
You just imagine Salah. You just imagine them having to defend Salah. Just imagine. Just imagine. The main problem in this team is the centre backs. The main problem in this team is the centre backs. Remember last season I kept on saying, let's play Tosin, let's play Tosin, let's play Tosin. And I kept on seeing Maresca insisting on playing Colwill. I have now realized there's a reason why he was just on a free. You see, this is the problem with this club. And I'm telling you, Todboli and Egbali are contended with a top 4 finish. They're not contended with winning. You're not contended with winning the league or winning the Champions League. No. You just ensure the team finishes in the top 4 consistently. Because you cannot tell me that you don't have a centre back and you spend 90 million euros to sign 2 wingers who you can't even start. Our main players that we were bought for Chelsea in the summer transfer window could not even come from the bench to help Chelsea come from behind. Now, what was the point of signing them? Gittens was on the bench, 55 million euros. Garnacho was on the bench, 35 million euros. Why were you signing them if you cannot actually get them from the bench to come and help the team? Then it means that even the manager knows that they are average.
And on top of that, you don't have a striker.
You don't even have a striker. See, this is the most. This reminds me of this transfer window. Reminds me of after Conte. After Conte won the Premier League, he asked for Virgil van Dijk. He was given. Who did he get? Rudiger. He asked for. Did he ask for Alisson? No, Courtois was still there. He asked for. There's a midfielder he asked for. Then he got Drinkwater. Drinkwater or what?
He got Bakayoko.
Yeah, he got Bakayoko. Then he asked for a striker. He asked for Lukaku.
He got Morata.
He got Morata. This transfer window reminds me of that transfer window. Just look at it.
You know, the start of the window was good. Hatta, a good signing. Delap, a good signing. Pedro, a good signing. Then Gittens, okay, whatever. We were like, whatever, we're probably going to get another winger. We didn't. We went and spent 40 on Garnacho when Maresca has publicly come out and said, we need a centre-back. You know, for a manager to come out and say that, is that not enough? Literally, is that not enough? And it's not like there were no options. You could have just gone and got Braithwaite from Everton, Antonio Silva from Benfica. Like, I don't know, man.
You remember we kept on talking about Braithwaite. Then they went ahead and sold our best squad attacking midfielder. They sold Dewsbury Hall.
Oh yeah.
They sold Dewsbury Hall. Then look at even how they handled the Nicholas Jackson situation.
Yeah, it's so poor. So poor.
They mishandled the Jackson situation. They went ahead and signed Justin. It has been terrible. I'm telling you, this is the transfer window that has been mismanaged by this club. It has been mismanaged to extreme proportions. I'm not even lying to you.
Yeah, but Tyrone, tonight is on the manager, man. Let's be honest. Tonight is on him. Transfers aside, everything aside, I know it's the result of everything bigger, but this game was there to win. Even with the 10 men, it was there to win. Neto was fuming when he came off. Esteva, I'm sure that's really annoyed him as well. Like, bro, take off one of them. You know, I would have understood.
How do you take off? And I didn't understand the reason why he took off Neto. Neto he works so hard without the ball. If there is one player who presses and works so hard, in fact, it would have even been better at getting Fernandez. Now you have midfielders who cannot even make runs, and you're telling Manchester United, I'm a man down, but I don't even want to counter. I'm taking all my attacking players so that you can now push as many players forward. I'm telling you, that manager just ruined everything today.
And then, bro, you know, the whole, like, people will say, okay, first of all, Neto, don't take him off. I kind of get it, and I'll tell you why. Neto runs a lot, and he started a lot of games. So making him run tirelessly when we're 10 men, I get that. I get it. But, like, I think he should have taken off Enzo and brought on another attacker. Because you can't tell me Enzo offers us any defensive cover. He doesn't. There's literally no difference between him and a winger. It's really easy to get past Enzo. And he's not good on the ball anymore. He's not defensively solid. He's really slow. He turns like a bamboo truck. So, like, what's the point of having him on the pitch? Like, literally, look, Enzo, I love you, man. But you've been horrible this season. Literally horrible. And he's supposed to be the captain. And he's got the right mentality. But I think a few games he needs to sit out on the bench, man. He's just been absolutely awful.
He needs the treatment that he got earlier last season when Maresca came.
Yes.
Sit on the bench. Sit on the bench. You're not good enough.
Especially when Santos is actually trying, man.
You're not good enough. You're not good enough. What can you actually say? I think I need to bring some people here. I am seeing some of you on the chat, and I know some of you would have something to say. I'm sharing the link. Please. If you are interested in joining the live stream, and actually saying something that we have probably not talked about, there is the link. You can join and come and have your say. We'll really appreciate it. If you have something to say and you think that you can actually contribute something that you see we have not touched on, the link is there. I've actually pasted it on the comment section. So you can click it. I give you an opportunity to come and actually say whatever you have to say with regards to this performance. So where does Chelsea go from here?
I have no idea. Honestly, we need to fix up. Because first of all, okay, Tyron, you tell us what do you think is our best 11 for our next game at home against Sunderland? Because I don't know how many games Sanchez is going to be banned. Probably 3 because it's a straight red. So,
what is our starting 11? Everybody.
Yeah, right now.
I just think that the heart of the team is not there. I don't think both Chalobah and Tosin are good defenders. Tosin looks like he talks a lot. He looks like he commands a lot. You might think he has the personality of Thiago Silva, but when it comes to the execution, Tosin is not there. Isaac, how are you?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Oh, what's your opinion on the game?
Even with the defeat, I'm fine.
I want to see you. I want to see you and say hello. Today you are so realistic. You woke up and you said we are going to lose 3-1.
I'm not surprised.
I'm saying we want to see you and say hi. Oh, you're already in bed.
Okay. But okay, today is not easy to see me because I'm somewhere where the image cannot be good. But
okay.
The game was as it was. I was not surprised. You see, I was so positive in the beginning of this season when we play against Crystal Palace, but from the second game, I've started seeing many things which are not good in our games. So that's why I'm now so
I think you have an issue with your network. I think Isaac has some bit of issue with his network, but what Isaac is trying to tell you is that he expected this result. Now we are beaten in the Champions League.
Yeah,
we are beaten.
I mean, bro,
Yes, Mehdi. Hello. Is it my network that is the issue, or is it the people who are calling in? Can somebody get to me about that from the comment section?
Sorry.
Yeah. I can get you.
I think the Wi-Fi just came back.
It was on my side.
No.
Hello?
It was on mine.
Okay. You are saying something. Hello? Oh, I think people have bad network. You guys seems to have bad network like Maresca's substitution,
I mean, look, bro, I've lost faith in this team. I can't lie. Because I'm going to be real, Chelsea, they always give you hope. Do you remember even under Tuchel, after we won the Champions League, we bought Lukaku, we were like, yeah, we're going to win the league. And then we did that, almost getting dunked to fourth.
One thing that I always say is that I don't know. There's a reason why we've not won the league, and there's a reason why we've not been consistent in the league. And I think we are facing the same problem that Arsenal also faced, which is you perform so well, instead of building on that base, using that base to actually launch yourself, you don't do that.
What do you mean?
Yeah. He's waiting for Maresca's press conference. You play the game to remove a striker, you put a goalkeeper and one defender, finish. What I'm saying is that whenever we make some achievements that can actually guarantee us leverage in the transfer window, like winning the Club World Cup after beating PSG, you think that probably Chelsea are going to come. And that's why a lot of pundits were like, no, Chelsea can't win. And they're like, oh, we're going to win the league. You know, even Manchester City are better than us. You know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, we have not closed the gap against Liverpool or Arsenal. We haven't. We haven't closed the gap. Because
you can say in our performances. Yeah.
Who has a problem?
Who said they have a problem?
You're saying what?
I said you can even see from our performances we're not at that level. And you know, today, low-key, it's kind of funny when you see James as a fullback doing that. So you start thinking to yourself, when we invert him, what are we doing, you know? Because can you imagine if you have Palmer, Narrow, James overlapping, and then you have, I don't know, Pedro in the 10.
But what I said is that, what I said again is that I do understand why he doesn't want to play James like that. And I agree with him. You play James like that as an overlapping fullback, then you'll have him for 5 games in a season.
Okay, that's true as well.
Yeah, that's
still, man, you also have Gusto. Gusto is just as good overlapping. We still choose to play him left wing or invert him. I
never understood why he chose to play Gusto as a left back. I really didn't understand. I didn't understand. The game in midweek, listen, the game in midweek, he doesn't even have to play Kukurea. He should have brought.
Oh yeah, he could play James left back. Yeah.
No, I'm saying towards the latter stages when he brought on Tyreek George, he should have brought in McGew and Tyreek George. You see, now you have a striker and then you move George towards the left. George will have offered more threat down the left. Because we have already lost the game. Why don't you just put a lot of players there? There's a time Tuchel will take all the fullbacks and just put in attacking players.
And I think this guy is forgetting that Cucurella can play centre back. And he can play it well. If we had a backline of Cucurella, Fofana, Chalobah, or even Fofana and Tosin, I would have understood. And then you have Caicedo, Santos. Front you have George, Gui, and James. But that's understandable, man. But like what he did, I don't even know. He won because one red card, bro. Do you blame Sanchez for that?
The red card.
Yeah. He posted on his IG story apologizing, saying it's his fault.
I don't even know what to say, honestly speaking. I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to say. It is defensive mistakes after defensive mistakes. We started rock solid by keeping clean sheets. Then now, we are now the Chelsea that was under. Remember when we were being coached by Frank Lampard? Remember that defense?
Oh my God.
That defense of Christensen and Zuma. You remember that defense of Christensen and Zuma? We look like we
and
have
Tomori.
those. Yeah. We look like that. And now you cannot sign a center. And now you cannot sign a center back. You saw Fofana, he played almost 90 minutes. He started to hold his hamstring. So he's probably not going to play.
Bruh, just at this point, you might as well just play Achimpong, because what are you going to do? Or, you know what, if you need a left-footed centre-back so badly, why don't you play Hato there? Because Hato's good with passing, isn't he?
Yeah, Hato is so good. Hato is so good at passing. I don't know why he doesn't want to play him. He wants to play him as left back. He wants to play him as a midfielder. That is what made Viega get angry, and Viega actually left.
Actually, Vega would have also been good for this team. You know, he was kind of good on the ball. I don't remember him doing anything stupid.
I don't know what Sanchez is about to say. I don't know any apologies, but this was a stupid defeat. Honestly speaking, this was a stupid defeat, and I'm not
3
even
points.
This we just handed the worst Manchester United. They are probably going to lose to Brentford next week. They are going to lose to Brentford, and this coach is going to get sacked.
And he'll hold a victory over us.
You see, that is what annoys me. We just decided to hand them 3 points. Last season, Manchester City was so poor. Everybody were taking points from them. We gave them 6 points home and away. Even at home, we didn't get a point over Manchester City. Even at home. Why didn't we get a point? Because Maresca is going into games fearing. I thought Maresca is getting too emotional. Why are you panicking when you're playing Manchester United at home? You're seeing teams like Burnley going a man down and they are taking the game to them. Why? I know Pep would have not taken out wingers and brought in I know Pep would not have done that. He would have just told his team, go to a 4-4-1. We are not going to play with a number 9. That is what Pep would have said. You would have just told Caicedo, who's this guy? João Pedro. You just move in midfield. We are not playing with the number 9. You play in midfield. We are not playing with the number 9. That is what Pep would have done. And he has
that would have worked. Bro, it's and then you can even see he panicked against Bayern as well, using the same formation against PSG. The Bayern game, I don't know.
Bayern, and oh my god.
Playing James in midfield. This game, he bringing an extra center back on, taking off a winger. You know, that's why I feel
he brings on a center back, then he concedes 2 goals.
What was the point? Tosin, I don't even know what he offers us now. Last year, at least there was something, you know, but nowadays, it's nothing. He's weak on the ball. He can't pass. He kind of loses strikers. I think teams can start to target Tosin, you know. Teams are going to start seeing Chelsea and they're going to be like, we can press them. Because look at them.
They know very well that you saw there's a video that I did during the international break, and I even referred to that video in my previous analysis in the Bayern Munich defeat. I mentioned this, and somebody kept on telling me that, you know, you're saying this and other teams are going to see it. I saw it against Fulham. It's not that other teams were going to see it. I saw it against Fulham. Whenever we got the ball, they were forcing the ball to be played down the left. And if you notice, that is the same thing that Man United did. Whenever Chelsea had the ball, they were forcing the ball to be played down the left. Why? They know that you have a right footer down the left. And they know that right footer when you pass that ball in field. And the minute you pass that ball in field, you just need to have a man on Caicedo and any midfielder. And once you win that ball there, you'll be in a good position. That is something that even if we play Manchester City, Pep is just going to do that. Even when we play Liverpool, they're going to press like that.
Down who's left? Theirs or ours?
Ours. Tosin. You see, he's a right footer and he's playing down the left. So when you pass the ball to him, he's more inclined to pass the ball in field. He's not going to pass the ball to Cucurella. All you have to do is to cut the passing lane from Cucurella and force him to play in midfield. And once he plays in midfield, you play to Caicedo or attempt a line-breaking pass to João Pedro. And you just win the ball off João Pedro and then you come back and you score. Teams have been doing that. You see, this is why I'm telling you that at the highest level, we have a lot of people who analyze games in-depthly like that. The problem is beginning to arise because of refusing to understand who's the best players, letting Jackson go because you thought you have good players. Now those players, oh, now how are those players who are praised? I'm telling you, everything was so bad. Everything was so bad in this transfer window. Everything. And I mean everything.
You know what? I'm gonna say this as well. Maresca needs to stop being stubborn at times, and he needs to stop being scared. First of all, play Hato as a centre back. He's left-footed. He's good at passing, and he's played there before. Play Hato or whoever else you want to play with him. It doesn't matter. They don't really make a difference. Play Hato left centre back. Let James invert. For the love of God, give Garnacho some proper minutes. You know, like I know Neto is good, but like Neto's gonna also get injured like this. I'm telling you, running, tracking back every game. Give Garnacho some minutes. Today was a good time. Why not? I don't care. It's his former club. He's the most direct winger we have. Statistically, he's the highest shot-taking winger we have. So you know what? Okay, play Hato center back. Give Enzo some time on the pitch. Bring Santos in. Every time Santos has come on, he's looked good. His passings look sharp. You know, he tracks back. He's got a good attitude. And there were times he was actually trying to link up with Pedro or George, but only apart from Pedro, no one else was giving his passes any service. So I can't blame Santos. And Santos is a goal-scoring threat. Left wing, if you want to play Neto, fine. Put Estevao on the right. Put Palmer on the right. Put Pedro and the 10. Left wing, you have options, man. Like, come on, you have Garnacho. You have Gittins. You can play Neto. It's not like our attack isn't like, okay, it's not as good as other teams, but it's also being mismanaged to an extent.
But this so-called thing is called a project. Yeah, true. It's called a project. And even if it's a project, there's a way you look at it. After 2 years, what have you done? You see, after 2 years, what have you done? What have you gained after 2 years? Have you actually progressed? Okay, you can say with Pochettino there was progression. Then last season there was progression. Now this season was not all about winning the league, but are you able to reduce the 15 points that Liverpool had and actually make them 5 points or even 7 points? Okay, I'm not saying that everything is over because teams are going to drop points, but now how many points do we have? I don't even know. How many points do we have? Is it 8 or 9?
2 wins. So 3, 6, 7, 8 points. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 8 points. Liverpool
out of
have 15 points. So Liverpool have already opened a 7 points lead.
My God.
So you are hoping that Liverpool is going to drop points. You lose another game, Liverpool opens a 10-point lead. So you hope Liverpool is going to lose 3 games. And remember, teams that generally win the title, they lose around 4 to 5 games a season. 4 to 5 games a season. And let nobody tell you that because Liverpool are conceding goals, that Liverpool are going to be bad. No, it's going to reach that point because Liverpool have been winning on luck, as people say. But it's going to reach that point where their game is now going to be locked in. Now they are going to be in their groove. Now they are going to be beating teams for fun. Arsenal.
And then you go look at their fixtures. Obviously, they're going to win again with luck against teams like Arsenal, against Newcastle. They had tough fixtures, and they won all their tough fixtures.
Liverpool had the toughest fixtures. They had Newcastle away. They had Arsenal at home. Now Liverpool are going to steamroll teams. I have not seen their fixture, but they probably have nice fixtures. Arsenal played Old Trafford away. They played Anfield away. They are now playing Manchester City away. After this Manchester City, Arsenal are going to have easy fixtures. So Arsenal and Liverpool are going to go and just disappear. You're busy dropping points to teams that you're supposed to win.
Dropping that silly points, man.
I'm so frustrated, by the way. I'm just thinking about it and I'm super frustrated.
A lot of these games were winnable. Brentford last minute, you keep your concentration, you win that. Crystal Palace, Santos keeps his shot down, we win that. Today, better man management, we probably, at the worst, get a point. It's all avoidable. You know, that's the worst part. It's all very, very avoidable. And we as fans can see it. We're not even people sitting as tactical geniuses. Like, come on, is it that hard to think of playing Hato as a centre back? Your only left-footed player, and Hato is tall. He's 6'1" or 6 foot, whatever. He can play there. Thiago Silva was 6 foot. Let him be there, and Hato is fast. I think people don't know that Hato is really fast.
Fast, and the manager is killing his confidence. This thing that no, these are young players, no need to play them. Then why did you sanction the sale of Madueke then? If Estevao, because he has said that Estevao is young, then why did you sanction the sale of Noni? What was the point of selling Noni, who had already 3 years experience?
This was probably the season he was gonna explode. I don't know. And like a striker again. I remember when we got Pedro and we got Delap, and we were like, man, we have 3 strikers: Jackson, App, Pedro, and now we have 0. Even though we have Margu. Maresca, his tactical setup is very good, but the positions where he puts his players in is just poor. Like, I think Maresca tactically is very good, but his man management is very poor. Okay, not very poor. It's underwhelming, shall we say? I just hope, man, that he starts playing Hato in that position more. I really think that will change our team. And sometimes I worry, man, because one Caicedo injury is, as I've always said, one Caicedo injury, and I don't even know where we'd be. And then on top of that, you have players who don't really do anything sometimes, you know? Like, I don't know, sometimes crosses go in the box. Like, even the game before against Bayern, I remember someone kept a really good cross in the box and no one went for it. I think it was Santos. Today again, James had put a really good cross in the box. No one went for it until it was a corner and he picked up Chalobah. How is it that we still don't have a striker poaching in the box after we spent £2 billion? How is it we're not playing a centre back like Hato? Hato was brought to play both positions. He's covered all around the pitch.
I've said if you have a 27-year-old who cannot do 1v1 defending, it is better you have a youngster. And I don't know why he doesn't want to give Hato. I want to see in this Carabao Cup, let him play Hato. I will not even mind getting out of that cup.
I don't think we're going to lose that game, to be honest.
I don't think we're going to lose that game, but again, oh my God, I'm just disgusted. He should have even gotten a draw.
Yeah, that was the worst case scenario.
And what even annoyed me to tell me that this manager did not even want to win this game or even get a draw. In the second half, I thought that, Man United have gone a man down. I'm going to do this. I'm now going to bring in Garnacho and I'm going to bring in who's the other attacking player? And Tyreek Jones. Okay. Or Gil. I thought that he was going to say, okay, let me now bring them. Because I knew very well, if you just bring them and you score the first goal in the 55th minute, you win that game. Because these guys do not have the mentality to hold on. They don't have the mentality. You score that first game and you apply pressure, the 60th minute, you add another goal. They don't have the mentality to keep up. But what did Maresca do? He did nothing. He just sat there. He was like, okay, let me just play 4 center backs. And then he was playing 4 center backs. And then in the 65th minute, 66th minute, okay, now let me bring Tyreek George. What are you bringing them to do in 24 minutes?
Exactly. And what's funny is we somehow got a goal when they came on. And that goal as well was scored by a centre back, man. Like I think João Pedro has 2 goals so far, and that's the same amount as Chalobah.
I'm just sick and tired. I'm not even going to go outside tomorrow. I just want to stay in the house.
Have we made you depressed?
I'm so fucking depressed.
Bruh.
I'm so depressed.
How are we the champions of the world? Like how do you not carry momentum like that? You know, like as much as people say, oh, they're not supporting Maresca, Maresca should also like adapt and use his tools smartly. It's what all top managers do, man. You remember when which team had so many injuries and then they didn't Arsenal have so many injuries last year? Arsenal right now they
As
have injuries. Saliba is out, Saka is out, Odegaard is out, and tomorrow they're still being treated as favorites. Come on, man.
you see also one thing I have to say about Arsenal is that just look at the recruitment. Arsenal went and we gave one of our best wingers to our rivals. Now they have depth for Saka. Then Eze was there. We don't want Eze because Eze is 27 years old. No. We want to go and look for the hottest 21-year-old who is playing in the Bundesliga. For goodness sake, when have attackers from the Bundesliga ever made sense to Chelsea? We had
Exactly.
Nkunku was bossing teams in the Bundesliga. He came. What did he do? Quiet. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, even Vats at Liverpool is struggling. We were talking about getting Ekitike. Remember? They were talking about getting Ekitike, but they never went to sign Ekitike. They said, no, let's get Dilap. Other teams that last season, the teams that we were supposed to chase improved. Liverpool went for Vats. They went for Isak. They went for Ekitike. Despite that, they realized that Isak is around. We must get Isak. They added Isak there.
Frimpong, Kerkez.
They added Frimpong. They had Kakes, who was probably the best left back last season. Then you go to Arsenal. They realized we are so bad like this. They went and got Gyökeres. Then they went and got Eze. They went and got Noni. They brought
Norgard.
Do you know how Subamendi is so good in that midfield? That's one thing that people don't.
Class, man. Yeah.
Zubamendi is
so
making
good,
that
man.
Arsenal midfield tick. He's passing the ball. He's even way better than Jorginho. So
easily.
Their midfield. Remember,
and then they got Norgard as well, and Hincapi.
And Hincapi, and the centre back who played when Saliba was out. Look at how good he was.
Mosquera.
Yeah, they have Ben White. They have Timber. I'm telling you, Ben White starts for Chelsea at centre back. Ben White starts for Chelsea.
He does, and he's their second choice right back, which is so sad.
And Ben White is a centre back. Know that he's a centre back who moved to full back. He starts for Chelsea. Even Hincapi starts for Chelsea, and those are Arsenal's secondary centre backs. Like, what are we doing as a club? Why are we spending 90 million to sign Garnacho and Gittens, who we can't even bring on when we are 2-0 down? We are 2-0 down. We need a goal. We are not confident that Gittens is going to give us anything. Why spend all that money on him? How much did they spend on Mudryk?
Oh my God, I think 86, right, or something.
So what is this? Spending all this money? You already have a winger who's doing well. Why are you spending money?
You're talking about Madueke?
Yeah, Madueke was doing well. You should have just brought Estevao back from Palmeiras to come in and play. I think Noni would have done something in today's game.
And he won a penalty against United that year against Pochettino, right?
Yeah, he did that. And you see, when you bring in Noni, he will receive the ball, he will look to dribble past people, he will look to enter that box. If we had him even in the last 20 minutes, he would have done something in this game. He would have been cutting in. He would even have won a penalty.
He started playing on the left wing, right?
Oh my God. I'm telling you, I'm losing my mind. This is the worst transfer window ever. The only players that we can say that we upgraded in this transfer window are João Pedro. and Esteval. And Esteval is not even trusted to start. We are now having to play Neto out of position because we didn't sign a left winger. Oh, we spent 90 million euros.
And Neto is so good on that right. You know, when he cuts inside and shoots. We saw in the Club World Cup.
He's so good. Maresca should have even let him stay. He would have been stretching that back line. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
I don't know. And you know what? I think this all goes to the mentality sometimes. I think us as fans, we are expecting titles. They're just expecting to make money off us. Because I think Maresca overachieved.
And I'm telling you something. Then they have gotten the wrong club. If it's about just making it in the top 4 and not doing anything, I'm telling you, they have found the wrong club. These are not fans who are going to entertain. I'm telling you, this is the last season that Chelsea fans will entertain mediocrity. I'm telling you, this is the last season. This will be the last season. Next season, they will not even boo the manager. They will just go directly to them. And it will be, you remember what happened during Sarri's time? It was toxic. Every game was a toxic game. Banners, boos, jeers. It was so toxic. And I'm telling you, that is what is going to come back to Stamford Bridge. That is what is going to come back.
We were booing Jorginho off the pitch, right? At some point.
Yeah.
But at this point, you know what? The sporting directors deserve it, man. The sporting directors deserve it. When you have your manager coming out asking for a centre back and you don't even get one, like, come on, man. This is not. You're right. This is not the club. We have 2 Champions Leagues. We win one more. We're the second team in England with the most European pedigree. Let's keep that in mind. That's who we are. You know, we're the biggest team in London.
But let me tell you something, Mehdi. We cannot win the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I might have fancied our chances before the summer, but right now, no. Not like this.
Do you know one thing that I've realized about the Champions League? Why we can't win it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember the last time we won the Champions League? Who are the players we had in our team? Azpilicueta,
Thiago Silva,
Rudiger,
Christensen,
Caballero, Mendy,
Jorginho,
Kante,
Kovacic.
What do you hear when you hear those names?
Experience.
What was their age? Rudiger was around 28. Azpilicueta was around 30 to 31. Edouard Mendy was around 27. Jorginho was heading around 29. Kovacic was around 27. Kante was around 30. Kante was 30. Giroud. Why am I even forgetting?
He scored a bicycle kick.
Yeah. So when you enter into the dressing room, you are entering a dressing room of men. So how are we going to win the Champions League? We have Gittens, we have Garnacho, we have Tyreek George, we have McGill, we have Caicedo and Fernandez. Despite Caicedo being good, he's still a young player. You have Hato, you have our. Oh my God, what are we joking around? You see, that time when we are winning the Champions League with Rudiger, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid want to sign Rudiger. Who is interested in signing our centre backs?
Exactly. Oh my God. But that was Roman thing, right? That was after he had to go and we couldn't pay the salary, so we had to release them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you see the team that wins Champions League and titles. You need those experienced players. But I don't want experienced players. Even PSG, people are saying that PSG won the treble. But look at who's the captain of PSG.
Marquinhos.
Marquinhos has played with who? Marquinhos has played with Thiago Silva as a centre-back partner. He has played with Kimpembe.
David Luiz.
Who was their goalkeeper?
Donnarumma.
Yeah.
They had experience and they had young players. You need a mix of both.
Okay, now come to Chelsea. Do we have experience?
No, and we'll never have experience, Tyrone. Like, we have to accept that. They don't want to sign older players. They don't want to sign older players.
Let Christian just come in and say whatever. I know he has a lot to say. Christian.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
What happened?
We won against Manchester United.
I keep dreaming. I don't believe you, because what did I predict? I said 3-1 honorable loss. But you guys said, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, come on. The voodoo which exists, Chelsea United.
Oh my God.
What were the odds? Were they 4 or 10 minutes the guy was sent off? That is some voodoo nonsense. That it just doesn't happen in the normal. So that is, again, that something United versus Chelsea, that game. So you guys shouldn't be too sad. It's that particular game. You should have known. Mentally, you should have been prepared for what was coming. I was prepared. I was so prepared, I decided to actually go out to celebrate birthday instead of watching that nonsense, because I knew what was coming. But really nothing to be sad about. You saw they came back. They were 2-0 down. They showed heart. I watched the second half on my phone, by the way. They showed heart. They showed fighter morale. The manager did great tactical maneuvering there. I know I was reading your comments. No, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's taking off our wingers, blah, blah, blah. The manager knew what he's doing. And they came close to equalizing, but it looked like they were tired at the end there, the very end. Just didn't have the legs anymore. After all that running with 10 men until your Indian friend there, not Indian, what's his name, Casemiro, he got sent off. I didn't actually see, what did he do? How did he get sent off?
His second yellow, he pulled Santos's shirt. Like, he basically went around Santos, he held him, and then he tackled the ball. Basically dragged him to the ground.
What an idiot.
Second yellow.
Maybe he was just tired. He's old guy, so maybe his legs were, he couldn't catch up. But that's not a game Chelsea still lost. It's again, to be one of those games now when it comes to the end of the season where you're looking for the Champions League, you're thinking, fuck, we lost that game there 2-1 unnecessarily. Again, United, 3 points down the drain, and then you can look at all the other games. But it's one of these games where you remember it for at the end of the business end of the season when you're scratching for points for Champions League or whatever.
We are in a Champions League race.
Yeah,
we're in a Champions League race with Aston Villa and Newcastle. We are in a Champions League race.
You actually believe that this team?
In fact, we are not even competing for fourth place.
There you go. So, but this team, you actually believe that they're Champions League quality? This team.
It is not. That's why I was telling. I was just talking to Mahdi. I don't know if you've heard what I've said with regards to the Chelsea team, the Chelsea team that won the Champions League, and this team. Do you know even experienced players like Tosin were making? Somebody has
echo. I can hear it.
Somebody's trying to phone me, so I apologize.
Okay. So, Champions League. Even players like Tosin were making their debut in the Champions League.
Oh my God.
Even Caicedo was making his debut.
But hang on one moment. I have to challenge you in this. So, I know I understand your argument, the experience. But in life, if you're a young man, you've just left school, you go and get your first job. When you go for the interview, your potential employer is going to ask you, so what have you done in your life? No, I went to school, whatever it is. And what's you ever had any jobs? No. So you have no experience. Yes, but I'm willing to learn on the job. And then depending how you sell yourself as a person, what mindset, whatever it is. It's the same thing with this Chelsea team. Of course, they've got no experience. It's a young team built for the future. It's not built for now. Maybe next year or the year after is when you can then start talking about Champions League or experienced players and all that. Let them grow. For goodness sakes, you can't expect them. It's just all these young players to be plug and play this season. Oh, hallelujah, singing and dancing. We're going to go all the way. No way, no how. This is it takes time. Look at Arsenal. It's taken Arteta what 5 years, 6 years just to build a strong team. So you can't expect Maresca to build a finished product team within 1 year. That's not going to happen. Not in a million years. So you have to. How long did it take Klopp to build that team? You know, it's you look at the City of Manchester. What's his name? The guy there, Mr. Pepsi. Yeah,
it took Pep 1 season.
But in 1 season.
The following season, he won the league with 100 points.
Yeah, but that's because the guy before him left. The guy before him left him with a good team. That's not lying. The guy before you.
No. They have to disagree. No.
He walked into a good situation. He didn't walk into Manchester. He's not like walking into Manchester United. He didn't walk into Man United. He walked into a good team, which has won the championship. So it's not as if he went into a team which has been struggling relegation or mid-table or whatever. No, I don't buy that narrative.
Christian, he came into Manchester City and he had his fullbacks as Clichy and Zabaleta. Those were the fullbacks.
Kolarov.
In midfield, and Kolarov.
Bakary Sanya.
Then he came to midfield. In midfield, he had Fernandinho and Yaya too.
Fernando. Yeah.
Then up front, he had Nasri, David Silva, and Aguero. In fact, he only just had De Bruyne and Sterling and Aguero. Those are the only players, and Fernandinho and company.
Oh, there you go. And now all the names are coming. Right? You're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. But the only weak point. I agree with you. One point where he changed drastically, radically, where the biggest change he made compared to the season before to the season after. Where was that?
He bought Sane.
One position where he changed the face of football just in one position. Where was that?
Fullback.
I'm telling you.
The goalkeeper. He brought in and playing what you call the goalkeeper plays right from the back. And from then on, football changed drastically because every single team started playing out from the back. But remember when he came in there, he said, why is the goalkeeper dribbling the ball? Why are they playing out of the back? What kind of nonsense is this? Nowadays, every single team does it. I even seen at Bush level, all these guys are trying to play out of the back. So what the hell is this? And this is all the Pepsi's creativity. I'll give you that. But the fact is, he walked into a good situation. He didn't walk into a Man United.
But the board supported him, man. Like, they took out all the dead wood and gave him his players. That's what enables a team to succeed. Not when your manager screams, I need a centre back, and well, they don't get him, man.
But he got 2 players every season, every transfer window, 2 players. And
in the first transfer window, he got Stones, he got Danilo,
Sane.
he got Fabian Delph, he got Sane, he got
Gundogan, Walker.
Player was playing. Walker he got the season after the Centurion.
Yeah. Nolito, Gundogan.
He got Gabriel Jesus. He got Gundogan. You see, and he was being given players who are proven. Maresca just says, I have lost a centre-back. I need a centre-back. No, let us go and spend 90 million to sign left-wingers who we can't even bring on when we are good. That is what annoys me. Nkape was there. He's on the bench at Arsenal.
Who?
Ben White is on bench at Arsenal. And these are players who walk into that defense.
We're not buying anything from Arsenal, I'm sorry. But that gets bad vibes. And,
I'm saying we're not buying anything from Arsenal, but Arsenal's second centre-backs, not Saliba and Gabriel. Second
Mosquera,
Chelsea. They start for Chelsea. I'm not saying we have a problem at fullback. We have good fullbacks. I don't say we have a problem in midfield. Enzo is the one who's so poor in terms of his form. But we do have.
I leave Enzo alone. Now, why you all pick on Enzo? It's not fair.
Enzo is bad.
Because he's awful right now, man. He's dreadful. He's woeful. He looks like he's had some voodoo done on him.
You guys are terrible. Why you pick on Enzo? Why? And it's not fair. It's unacceptable. It's really unacceptable. But okay, sorry, carry on. But my point is that You guys are impatient. I know you, because you're used to winning. You're used to being entitled. You're used to you're Roman.
Let me just ask you, Christian. How are we used to winning? And the last time we won the league was 2017.
Yeah.
Compared, my whole point is that when Roman came, under the Roman era, there we used to win, not every single year. We won a trophy, won some trophy every year, but winning was more frequent. Unlike in latter years, we got used to having droughts, got used to maybe not winning every year silverware. But we are still a privileged club, privileged fans. We've always been winning for the longest of times. So we shouldn't cry too much when things aren't going too well. When we're in a rebuilding process, it takes time.
We've been rebuilding for now 3 seasons since Todd Boehly came in, and clearly it's been 3 seasons. There's the season where they experimented with the Porter. Then there's the season where Pochettino came in and he pushed us to 6th place. Then there's the season where Maresca came in and we finished 4th. And this season was not about winning the league. It was about narrowing the gaps. We are now 7 points behind Liverpool.
The title was gone a long time ago. It was gone last week. So that is, I don't even know why you talk about the title, but the title was lost already last weekend. So
I'm not even saying about winning it. I'm saying about being around them.
Yeah.
It would have been okay if we went ahead and lost it during Christmas period, like last season. Oh my God, we're so poor.
No, but maybe, for me, I don't see battling for 3rd place or 4th place. You're the third loser. Basically, you might as well finish mid-table. Tottenham. For me, it's a win.
And by the Tottenham are even better than us this season. You know that.
Of course they are, and they came back from 0-2, but so they were lucky that game. But
even when they were so bad last season, they beat Manchester United home and away. In fact, 4 times.
They have a good coach. He's the coach I wanted at Chelsea, Thomas Frank. But people say, no, he's not a big enough name, blah, blah, blah. But, he's an excellent coach, well-spoken, very smart, tactically sharp. And, he'll grow into that Tottenham role. He'll become, once he's really, really established himself, I think he'll be very, very good for Tottenham. But you saw this game today, where normally Tottenham, if they go 2-0 down under Poch, they'll probably lose 4 or 5 or whatever. But they're showing morals. They're showing what's called fighter instinctive. That. So we better be careful when we play Tottenham. We normally always beat them.
I already told Mehdi this, that there is no annual 6 points from Tottenham this season. I think I told you, Mehdi. I told you that there is no annual Tottenham 6 points this season.
But we're playing Brentford, in principle, Brentford United. When Tottenham come, it's Brentford style, Brentford system. So God forbid, when they come to Stamford Bridge, Jesus, that is not going to be, we've struggled against Brentford. And so with Tottenham come with that same style there, it's going to be a hard one. So we better not lose. Just don't lose to Tottenham. That'd be unbearable. But
the defeat today to me was unbearable.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not for me, because I knew it was coming. So it wasn't unbearable.
It is the rivalry between Chelsea and United in Africa is even bigger than that of Tottenham. Chelsea fans don't even know Tottenham.
Yeah, but if you know what's to come, if you know what's lying ahead, you're prepared mentally. You've taken your blanket. You're ready, prepared. You've got the extra food ready. You've got the paraffin ready for the emergency lamp. This is how I came to this game. I just knew what was coming. And I knew this is why I'm off social media, Facebook and all that. I think, fuck am I going on Facebook today? Because my friends are going to hammer me. And so I just don't want I don't want that smoke. So staying off social media for the next couple of days, let the fireworks die down. Once they've died down, then I can reappear like a phoenix out of the ashes, and say what happened. I didn't see that game. I wasn't there. I have receipts. I can prove I didn't see the game, so the pain was a lot less. Unlike watching the game and seeing what you were seeing. I watched the second half, and I thought,
We won the second half by day. Let's be positive. We won the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Let's be positive. I mean,
Did you see the panic in Amorim's face when we put one back and we started attacking? You saw his face. You could see, oh no, here we go again. But of course we didn't.
But again, we waited so much before even making those subs. I'm so tired of this manager. How did he see that he should have taken Palmer off when he was substituting the goalkeeper and retained Neto and Estevao? He decided to take our best wingers out.
Why Palmer? I didn't see the first half.
Palmer was
logically speaking. Yeah, and like not just that, like taking off your creator. What's the point of a creator if there's no one running off him? He's useless.
So what is I was saying in the chat there, why were you guys attacking or tossing?
Bro, he was bad. He was so bad.
Yeah,
bro, I could put my granny there and she would do better. He was so bad.
What happened? What do you mean bad?
He was making silly passes and losing the ball when we want to actually move forward with the ball. He lost the ball it actually even made us to now look for the ball in the next 3 to 4 minutes so that we can build another attack.
And what happened to the what was I didn't see what happened. The sending off of Sanchez. What was the pretext to that, and why, and whatever? What happened there?
The clown stepped out.
Sorry?
Yeah.
The clown stepped out. You see, one thing, Mehdi, that I tell you, even if he retained his position, the pressure that was being applied behind would have made Mbeumo not even probably score. But even if he would have scored, you see, let me say this, Mehdi, even if Mbeumo had scored in that 4th minute and we had 11 players, now Chelsea players would have started to play. And now we could have even gotten a draw or a draw in the first half.
So now you guys, you know me. I like to, I like to poke sticks in you once in a while. But if you guys were praising Sanchez, giving me his flowers against Bayern München. So, but I didn't hear you criticize him too much in this game, even though he got sent off. They were quite quiet in the chat there. So, is it like Sanchez is being forgiven, or is Sanchez public enemy number one, or what is your situation with Sanchez?
Because of this playstyle is gonna happen. It happens at the top level. It happened to Ederson. It happened to Alisson. It's bound to happen. So, yeah, we get it. Yes, it is Sanchez's fault. We already said that. But the game could have been managed a lot better by the manager. Like, we were criticizing his substitution, like taking off both wingers. Okay, you know what? If he took off one winger, left one on, I don't think it would have been that man. But bring on extra center back when you basically low-key have 4, because Cucurella low-key can play center back, is where he did so badly that Sanchez's mistake goes under the shadows now. Because this game was lost more by the manager than by that red card because of his poor management, I would say.
So this is 2 games in a row where the manager is responsible for dropping points against Brentford United and against Man United.
You remember the Brentford game when I said that we shouldn't have. I said that we shouldn't have gone likely in that game. I say that it is even better if we lost the Bayern Munich game and won the 2 league games.
Yeah.
I think I told Mehdi even that. I said it is even better we go strong against Brentford, bag those 3 points, go slightly relaxed against Bayern. If we get a draw, it's okay. If we lose anyway, it is Bayern Munich away, and then go strong against Manchester United. That was my opinion. Because you see, with the Champions League, you can benefit by playing other teams. But there's something that Jamie Carragher said, and I think it's actually going to happen. He said that Chelsea will not even make it to the next round.
I'll tell you why this defeat is so bad. It's not so much this defeat, but especially against the dropping of points of Brentford. So now with this 2 bad games, you dropped 3 + 2, that's 5 points. it meant the pressure is now off Chelsea. Yeah, I know this doesn't make sense, but because we were in that so-called top 2, 3, whatever, fighting for the so-called title, playing under pressure, you definitely you must win, you must win. But now that you're like 7 points off the lead, and you're in the middle of nowhere, so they're playing with no pressure, mental pressure, which means they'll probably give like 2 or 3% less, and they're more likely going to lose more games because mentally they're not up there. If that makes any sense, because these 2 losses or this loss and the draw has given them an alibi. It's almost like, okay, the title's gone. We're not really fighting for the title, so we can sort of like coast. You know, like when your car, you put it in neutral so you can save fuel. So they will be coasting mentally. That's how I look at it. So they're probably going to lose more games because they need some kind of jump start, some kind of kick up the ass to get back into that elite mental state. If that makes any sense.
I don't know. I just expectations of this team, the amount of money we spent, the progression we were supposed to make, none of it is aligning.
What amount of money you spent? I think if you look at the books, with the net spend is actually 0. So they didn't spend that much.
But you see, what is happening is that Chelsea have spent £2 billion, no Champions League, no league, and we still look miles off. Miles off. Arteta has spent around £1 billion in now his 6th season, and they have been challenging for the title for 3 seasons in a row.
Which is
Chelsea,
painful.
we have spent £2 billion signing Ugochukwu, Datro Fofana, Chukwuemeka. We are signing Esugo. We are signing the next young 21-year-old. We are signing Viega. We are selling. We are signing Kunku. It's like we are now, our club, the Bluco are using Chelsea. They're using Chelsea, the brand, to trade players.
There you go.
They're using
I think it's wheeling and dealing. Wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. And Strasbourg fans complained about how Bluco was treating their club, in that players who cannot play at Chelsea are now thrown at Strasbourg. So they have no ambition with Strasbourg. They have no ambition of winning Ligue 1 or making Strasbourg be a competitive Champions League team, because it's now being used as a feeder club where if you have both players at Chelsea, you send them.
It's a parking lot.
Yeah. Now Chilwell has been pushed there. You go and play in France. You see that kind of thing. So that is what clearly has changed this club to be. And that's why 2 billion has been spent. And when people say that Chelsea have spent 2 billion, 65% of that money that has been spent at players who even didn't play at Chelsea.
Yeah, but hang on. How much? But okay, you may say they spent that, but how much are they sold for? You sound like a journalist from the Sun. You don't tell the full picture.
I'm saying yes.
So if you do the maths, what they've sold and what they've spent is not 2 billion. You know, you make it sound very sensational, but if you do the net spend, it's definitely not 2 billion.
But net spend comes from the players you've sold. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it comes from the players you've sold. But the question is, the reason we are saying that we have a problem is, yes, we have sold many players. That shows that we've bought players who we never needed in the first place. And when you look at it, we have bought players that have not improved the team. Benoit has not improved the team. Disasi has not improved the team. Sanchez has not improved. Sterling has not improved the team. Chukwuemeka did not improve the team. Esugo.
I think Chukwuemeka did, to be honest.
Viega, Nkunku, Mudryk.
So, Joao Felix.
Felix. We have spent more. In fact, we would have even been better having Conor Gallagher here.
Yeah,
Loki, yeah.
I said to you last time the same thing where you, or whatever. But mistakes we made. Let's not lie. We can't lie. The management has been learning on the job. They didn't know what they're doing. They just came in and thought, this is going to be easy, whatever, like American football. But it doesn't work like that. You need scouts. You need data. You need a lot of stuff that you can't just. But I can see what they're trying to do. As I said, they're trying to build a young team for the future, one which will gel maybe next year or the year after, and then they can have that team for the next 10 years.
We will be saying the same thing. We'll be saying the same thing in 2028, that they are building a young team from the future. I am saying this now, as we speak. We were saying that when Graham Potter was here, we were saying that we are building a team for the future. But the future is now. People were saying in 2 to 3 years. It is now 3 years since Graham Potter came.
Potter was building a system. He wasn't building a team. He was trying to establish a system, a mentality, a style of play. This is why he was brought in.
Potter was poor, but at the same time, he was almost in an impossible situation. 50 players, some of them aren't even fitting in the locker room. So to an extent, I can't fully blame him. He was awful, don't get me wrong. This is mainly on the board, as Tyrone is saying, which I agree. Because look, if you want to do one of those business things with clubs where you want to buy and sell players for profit, go to Ajax, go to Dortmund. Don't bring that here. That's not the club we are. It's not the club we've been, and it's not the club we want to be. And we as fans, we're not going to stand for that, man. We want to see our team challenging for titles. And okay, we're going to wait again 2-3 years. And what if Esteval gets injured? What if Kenda gets injured? What if Pendes, loaned, he comes back, okay, he'll be a good keeper. Kendry Paez, okay, all these players, whatever. We don't have a guarantee they'll turn out world class.
And even before you proceed, what if Esteval gets better and then they sell him the way they have done?
Yeah. I was thinking the same. I can see them doing that,
There is no plan. There is no plan in this club. There is no plan.
There's no plan to win anything. There's plan to make money.
Even Achimpong, they will play Achimpong to see how good he is. Then the next offer is going to come. They're going to sell him. They were selling Tyreek George. They were selling Tyreek George this summer. It's not that Tyreek George is here because they liked him. They were selling him. The deal just fell off.
And now he's starting over Q as a striker.
There's another one, young guy. But Chelsea, for me, in my eyes, the day we lost Michael Emanalo, the sporting director, that's when things started going south. When it comes to purchasing of policy players, with that guy, he had a sharp eye. He could see, he knew talent, he knew what was good, what was bad. The moment when was it Graniskaya? What's her name? When she took over, this is when.
You're saying the truth. Even Marina wasn't good enough.
Nope.
Really?
No.
Yeah, she wasn't good enough.
She was corrupt. She bought players off the same agent. If you notice, same agent at inflated prices. Some weird shit going on there. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought she was a good sporting director.
No, she was terrible. She was terrible.
Financially, not very smart. And plus, all the players came from that. You can't have can't you just do Google search? You'll see every player she bought basically came from sold by the same agent, which is very suspicious.
Yeah, that is quite shady. I can't lie.
And Merkdi, when you look at Marina, also remember she's the one who gave Conte the terrible transfer window after Conte won the league. He brought for him Bakayoko, Batshuayi, Zappacosta. He won both those players.
I like Batshuayi.
Batshuayi won us the league.
I liked
he was there before.
I liked it.
Oh, he was there before. Okay, it was.
He won us the league. Don't you remember against West Brom? Rudiger, but Rudiger, look at how he turned out in the end. But yeah, I get you. That awful transfer window was awful. And then the next year, who did she bring? Havertz, Ziyech, Werner. Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva was good.
I arrest my case. You just made my case for me. You know.
Do you think the Bullies Chelsea would have gone for Thiago Silva?
No chance.
Ooh, very nice question. Very nice question.
They wouldn't have gone for him.
And excellent question. Doubted.
Oh yeah, guys, where was Buonanotte today?
Was noting something in the house. Was taking notes in the house.
My God, you're telling me this player wasn't even on the bench?
Yeah, that is Maresca for you.
But you God, that is so
I'm struggling even to blame Maresca. I'm just looking at the decisions from the board. I don't even have the energy to blame the manager. I've blamed the manager based on the subs. But honestly speaking,
even the man management, Tyrone, it's awful.
The man management is awful. Look at the way they treat. Now, what if we get an injury to Fofana? We get an injury to Tosin. We get an injury to Fofana. We get an injury to Chalobah. And then Achenkpong is also not in. Then now we have to rely on Tosin, who is also playing terribly. And now Benua is not back. And now they have to bring Disasi back.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Or I hope he'll just play Hato at centre back, like I've said it a million times.
You see, these are the kind of things that you realize, and you know that the club is actually being run. It's a circus. Literally, it's a circus. It is true. It is a circus.
If we got Kudus and Simons, I think this team looks different.
Did you see the way Simons came into that Tottenham team and the way he played?
I actually didn't, to be honest. I went to buy food.
I watched him. He was so good. He was so good.
Garnacho and Gitten should be there. Kudus and Simon should be with us.
Christian's friend is Gittens.
Yeah.
Christian likes Gittens.
Is he there?
I don't know. Christian.
Maybe his net is bad, I guess.
No, but I can hear some voices at the back. Or is it you?
It's probably me. I mean, there's a fan here.
Or probably I think it's his network. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't even want to see anyone tomorrow. I don't even have shame. I will go and see Manchester United fans later on. I can't. I don't think I can handle them in person.
And they're so annoying as well.
This was bad. This was bad, honestly. This was bad. This was bad. I don't even know how I'll get the energy to even do that analysis. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Jesus, that's going to be long. Yeah, I don't know. Do you actually... I don't know.
Christian.
Yes, I fell out. Sorry.
Yeah. I was asking you about your friend Gittens.
Don't give me nightmares. And it's but then again, I don't blame him. It's easy to throw stones. Sometimes we have to be humble, and sometimes our expectations. I don't know what we were expecting. I mean, you can't expect a young guy like him to come there and just light up the Bundesliga, the EPL. That's not reality. Reality is a young guy like him. He needs game time. He needs minutes. He needs to get his confidence. That just doesn't happen. Look at Madueke, how long it took him. He's also a winger, but he was given time, a lot of patience, and of course, once he got good, they decided to cash in, which is very unfortunate because a game like this, Madueke would have made mincemeat out of that defense. But it is what it is, and I don't know where we go from Chelsea goes from here, how the season progresses. If it goes down south badly, hey, Maresca, you better start looking over your shoulder. Unfortunately, I don't think they're giving you a long enough string. They're giving you the person, but yeah, as I said, for me, looking at it as an old guy, I just still think that be patient with this. Don't expect miracles this season. It's not going to happen. It's Liverpool's nobody's catching Liverpool by the looks of things, even though they play.
Arsenal can.
When Liverpool's playing badly and they're still winning, then you know that is a championship winning team. You know, it's just what happens, and that's how it goes. You know, when you get points where you should have, maybe you get 3 points where you should have got 1, or you get 1 point where you should have lost, then you know, lady luck is going your way. It's going to be your year again, and it's better for me. I'd rather come 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever, be miles away from the Liverpool than I would be coming 2nd, only losing by 2 points. Hey, you know how painful that is to lose the title by 2 points.
But at least, you can build on it.
How long How long has he been building on that? He's been building on that, building, and he still keeps getting 2 points and 3 points behind. So what is this? What is he run out of bricks, or is he run out of cement, or what is it? What is it?
I actually think that this season they are going to do it.
I think so as well. Yeah.
This season, I think they are going to do it. Okay, but let me just wait and see the Manchester City game. But I have this feeling. But you have also said one thing brilliantly about Liverpool. They are winning even when they are not supposed to win. And that is the mark of champions. Champions win when you don't expect them to win.
How often did you see this with City when they're 3-year winning, when they won the title 3 years? They go away to Bournemouth, losing 2-0, and they score 3 goals in the last 5 minutes or something stupid like that. I think, what the hell is going on here? How is this possible? And that is, again, that's lady luck or whatever it is, the gods, football gods, I think. Is there such a thing as football gods? Football gods shining favorably on you.
It's voodoo.
Voodoo, one thing I'm always happy is that since Mount moved to Manchester United, he has never scored a game
against Chelsea. And what would he do? Would he celebrate, kiss the badge, or what would he do? That would be a very interesting thing. And what if Man United offered Chelsea Mount back for half the price, or let's say 25 million? Take or leave?
Who?
Mount.
No, Mount is finished.
No go.
Do we still hate him as a fan base?
Yeah, you remember what
we never hated him.
The fan base booed him. You see what Mount did was Chelsea were in a crisis, and he was one of the main players for Chelsea. Then he created this something called he's injured when the team needed him. Then once he got an opportunity, he left. In fact, they left with Havertz. And also, okay, do I think that Havertz would have added anything to Chelsea even now?
No, come on. No.
But let me just tell you something. If there is a signing that annoys me till today, is that Noni Madueke signing. I didn't sanction it. I didn't even understand why we were selling him.
Because they want
I can see us doing that with Estevao, to be honest. After 2 or 3 years, we're going to sell him.
Now, if he's a very good player, we are going to cash in from Real Madrid. And Todd Boehly will be counting dollars in his pocket.
If let's say an offer comes in for 200 million from Caicedo, I think these guys will sell.
Even 150.
Or
Palmer, they are going to sell. They are going to sell. I'm telling you, this season, if we don't do anything meaningful, next season, if we still are mediocre, Palmer is going to be sold next season.
Yeah, I can see Madrid off their money.
Yeah, Madrid or PSG or Bayern.
The PSG doesn't buy Galacticos anymore. Yeah, I don't even think.
Palmer is a team player. Palmer is like De Bruyne. In fact, Chelsea can even sell Palmer to Manchester City.
No. Come on.
That's not going to happen.
Or even Arsenal. They can even sell him to Arsenal.
Come
No,
on.
I don't think we do that. I don't think we do that. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think Arsenal has that kind of money to spend one player 200
I mean,
million.
they splashed a lot on Rice, man.
Oh yes, I think they're still licking their wounds after that big spending, and they'll probably still. But they've also spent this summer. Who did they buy?
Yeah.
They spent a few bob.
Zubimendi, Norgard, Madueke. Who else did they buy? Kepa.
5 million.
They've spent well, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Compare them and us.
I'm telling you, Arsenal have two teams, two quality teams. Arteta has the depth, and this season they are going to win something big. They might even win that Champions League that we like bantering.
I don't even want to entertain that idea.
No, now you're going too far. And I can accept Arsenal win the league, but just no Champions League. Leave that to us. We have to have at least something for ourselves.
But let's be positive. Do you think that we're actually going to improve from this? Do you think we're even going to go for
No.
do you think the team is going just to fall off? Because now you have lost to the worst Manchester United team. In fact, since all the years that we've played at Old Trafford that we haven't won, we have been playing against poor Man United teams. And now you've told teams like Burnley, like Sunderland. In fact, you've told Sunderland that, by the way, we can come to Stamford Bridge and try to beat you. You lost to Manchester United. Bournemouth, they are going to come at you. There's no fear factor. You see the way teams know we are going to play Liverpool. They're like, we're going to play Arsenal. Now they don't have that. We lost to Manchester United. Now every team will, Chelsea, we can even beat them. That is the mentality. That's why you're going to see teams now coming at Chelsea. And do we have the mentality to even deal with the pressure?
I'll say this: Chelsea is very unpredictable because like this team lacks consistency. It always has. Until we feel pressure is when we start performing. You remember when it looked like top four was about to slip out of our hands, the winning run we went on, or like the Club World Cup or the Champions League. This team only performs when there's pressure. That's why you see games like today, we lose to United, games like Brentford, we draw. And look at the way we even concede in those games. It's just like the players go to sleep. I don't know if it's a mentality thing or what. What do you guys think?
But you're correct. Everything you say there is 100% correct. There is no discussion. They need it sounds to me like they need some kind of pressure in order to they function best under pressure. And this is I was saying to you, we just earlier about the mental aspect of the thing that the pressure mentally is off now that they've lost 4 points and basically out of the title race. So mentally, the pressure is gone for them mentally, and they'll be bad. And maybe until you were saying they can see top four is not in the picture anymore, this will suddenly they wake up from wherever. Yeah, you got a point. I agree with you there 100%.
I'm seeing fans saying actually what I said here. Sanchez apologized, but fans are like, they're not blaming Sanchez because that thing is going to happen. A goalkeeper coming out and getting a red card. And that is bound to happen anytime in the season. That is bound to happen. Ederson used to collect red cards for that. Even Alisson has gotten a red card for that.
But this is where the situation where the
manager on the bench, now.
Yeah, I'm saying the keeper on the bench. This is his opportunity. This is where you don't get these opportunities very often in the Premier League. Or it is you're a bench player, and from nowhere your opportunity arrives. You better be prepared physically, mentally, and once it's there, grab it and make it your own. Fight for it. Outperform the other goalkeeper. You have the chance now. He's suspended for how many games? 1 or 3 games. How many games is he suspended, Sanchez?
And our West London rivals are beating Brentford 3-1, by the way.
How many games is he suspended, Sanchez?
3 games.
I think probably 3. I think
3 games
And those
suspension.
are three Premier League games. 3 Premier League games.
really,
he
I thought
had-
the Carabao Cup will count as a suspension.
Will it count?
I think so. Yeah, I think he'll miss that
No,
Sunderland in the next game.
it's usually the I don't know. I don't know about the Carabao. The FA Cup, though, I know if you get a red card in the FA, you get suspended even in the Premier League.
I think it's like that for all domestic competitions, actually.
No. You see, the FA is the governing body of the football in England. So when you get a suspension by the FA in the FA Cup, you get suspended even in the Premier League.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know about the Carabao. He might be available. He's suspended for the Premier League. And who are we playing in the next games? I hope we have Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay, well. And then you see, now you say you go on a losing run, and then you start playing the big teams, and it accelerates. It accelerates, so you might end up having.
Then Brighton, then Benfica, then Liverpool, Forest, Ajax, Sunderland, Tottenham, Carabao, Wolves, Burnley. Until Barcelona, we have some winnable games.
Winnable, really? Brentford was a winnable game.
I know.
And let me ask you, between Brentford and Brighton, who do you think are better? Brighton are better.
Brighton, yeah.
You might not be surprised if Chelsea get a draw against Brighton at home. You see, this is the thing that I hate. I'm so disappointed about this United performance. But if we won that Brentford game, I wouldn't be disappointed.
Why would you not be disappointed?
Because we won, because I know that with Manchester United, Old Trafford, we don't usually win. But if we won at Brentford, how many points would we have today? We would have had 10 points.
Oh, yeah.
If we probably even Santos got his foot right and we won that Crystal Palace game, we would have had 12 points. So even a defeat today would have not hurt a lot. But we dropped points against teams that we are supposed to beat. And that is one thing that I always credit Alex Ferguson with. Alex Ferguson never used to drop points to such kinds of teams.
But wasn't he like bribing refs and stuff or something?
I don't know. Maybe Christian knows that. He was watching him.
It's about Fergie time.
Yeah. He was bribing the police.
I don't know about bribing the referees, but I know they used to have an incredible amount of extra time in games where they were either losing or drawing. And this so-called Fergie time, he had a big Ben on his wrist. He would point to it, and the ref would look. Oh, okay. He would nod his head, and then they would add like another 7 minutes or 8 minutes or something. And basically, the ref wouldn't blow until Man United scored, and that was Fergie time there. And it was very much feared. And how often some of those titles were 13 titles they won there under Fergie. Some of them you can see, some of those dodgy titles. Really, but they were good. But then, let's be fair, they were also a very good team. I mean, they built a team based on young players, exactly what Chelsea is trying to copy, make a nucleus of eight players or two young players, which you could have for the next 10 years, and like Fergie did. And Fergie, of course, he left the club in a bad state, in that that team was done. It needed regenerating, but he didn't do that transition like Pep is doing now. He just left it to Lord Moyes. But Lord Moyes, his changes were too radical. He came there, he wanted to change the entire mentality, the entire club, the entire everything, too much to one go. Obviously, the so-called establishment worked against him and got him fired. And sometimes you've got to know your time and place. And ever since then, things have gone south. Every manager who comes there hasn't got a chance, because there must be some kind of people who run the show, not behind the scenes, who want to accept any form of change. They just want things to be done how they've always been done, and players are given alibis and whatever. And these Chelsea players, they shouldn't be given any form of alibis.
Maresca is saying that it was better to let Mbeumo score than getting a red card. We still had 95 minutes to play. Robert Sanchez is aware of that. It is difficult, but if you ask me, I prefer to be 1 goal down after 5 minutes than 1 player down. But he's trying to excuse himself from his shit substitutions.
Exactly.
So he's throwing Sanchez underneath the bus. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cheap. That's very cheap.
But sometimes when a manager starts doing that, okay, it's also the beginning of the end. Quite often when the manager starts throwing his players underneath the bus, means this is when things start going downhill very, very quickly, because you start losing your dressing room, you start losing the players start revolting against you.
This is something that he should have said in the dressing room. He should have just gone and said, congratulations Manchester United to the win. I thought today we did not have the intensity even from the first minute. I don't think we played well. We had an unfortunate incident where we were man down for 45 minutes. I think we should have defended better, but we conceded 2 goals. And once you concede 2 goals in a ground like this, it becomes difficult for us to come back. But it's a very hurting result, and we'll be looking to build from this. Then when you go to the dressing room, now you hammer Sanchez.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, wow. Exactly.
You effing this, you effing that, you effing that. Yeah, and then is kick the head, Raya, whatever, that. But when you run the camera,
you even bring a candle like Ateta and you switch off. I think that is what he should have done.
Yeah, give it one of those typical boring press conference answers, straight standard answers, where you think, why did you even bother coming for the interview?
Exactly.
This is just copy and paste from what every other stupid manager says. What a waste of time. This is why this is one of the reasons why I never listen to those things. I know exactly what they'll say, exactly how Mr. Tyrone answered. And he's thinking, really, that is 7 minutes of my time. I will never get back listening to such boring, mundane, standard answer. I think, what was the point of all that?
He should have learned from Pep. Yeah, somebody is saying can I join the chat? I'm from Nairobi.
Yes.
Yeah, you can join the chat. I actually shared the link. Let me share the link again. You can always join the chat agenda. You can always join the chat.
And remember to say jumbo to him when he comes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's true. He has to feel at home.
Christian.
Yes, sir.
I was saying about the Maresca thing. He should have learned from Pep. Pep usually looks so humble in press conferences. He will defend his players, but Pep is a monster once he gets into the dressing room. He's a monster. His standards are usually super high. If you watch those Netflix series, his standards are high. Like Pep is so meticulous with his work. Like he's very nice. I heard the Walker saying that he's super nice when you have lost. But when you win it, you win terribly. Oh my God. Like now he would have gone to Sanchez, sat next to him and started giving him a lecture in the dressing room. But in the media, he will say Sanchez is a good goalkeeper. I am actually the one who tells him to do that.
But what about? But I'll give you another extreme. So what you're saying there, where you say Maresca should not be throwing his players underneath the bus. You could have another extreme where the manager makes it all about himself. Okay, well, when I say all about himself, so basically the master of deflection, the master of taking attention away from the rubbish that we just noticed, the big defeat or whatever, where he can then turn the tables around psychologically, media-wise, and make it about himself to deflect attention. That's Jose. So Jose, the master, what do you call the master talker? So you can like no, in the dressing in front of the press. So you say respect, 3 titles, all that nonsense he would go on about, and that is basically him taking the blame, but in a cheeky way. In that he's taking the blame, but he's same time, he's distracting. If that makes any sense. Very, very clever psychological way of doing it. And I know you've seen some of his press conferences where they've had to escort him out of the room. Then he's still had his fingers up in the air. Respect, 3, football heritage, or whatever, all that nonsense he would go on about. But that is very psychological, very clever.
But then do you know that a lot of players, actually a lot of ex-players, when you hear them talking, they always say positive things about Mourinho. It is us, the fans, and the media, who have a negative thing about Mourinho. A lot of players who have played under Mourinho say that he's a very nice guy. This is a guy, even if he coached you 5 years ago and it's your birthday, he will call you. He will call you and tell you,
I think Ricardo Carvalho, right? Called him daddy or something.
Even when you have a child and he coached you, he's going to call you. He can even send you a present to your child. He's so in touch with these players. People always think that Mourinho, I don't know how Mourinho loses his dressing room, because he's usually
even
loved
until now.
players.
Mikel calls him boss until now.
And he's one of the best managers. He's one of the best managers. If you're winning if Chelsea had Mourinho for these 3 seasons, I think there's a season he will challenge for the league. He will just put it on the players.
But you can see, Mehdi just said something. He just said one small sentence. Straight away I latched onto that. What did you say? Who still calls him the boss? Who was that who said? Obi Mikel. Now, I watch a lot of American football. Now, you will see people, Super Bowl winning teams, players who won the Super Bowl 20, 25 years ago, when they meet their former coach, they are still so much in respect. They even though they are now grown-ass man, 50-year-olds, or when they meet their former coach, it's like coach. For them, it's very important psychologically to still, because they had the respect, obviously, at the time of the playing, and when they're dressed and all that, they had to call him coach. But for them, for the memories, to keep that memory alive, that the good times, they still will respect him and they'll still call him coach, even though they stopped playing maybe 30 years ago. But you will see, you use a very weird interaction, and they still have that kind of, I would say, young person's respect, that's all, like a bit shy, whatever, a little bit over-exaggerated respect for their former coach, even though it's the water has passed underneath the bridge. It's a very, very weird, but it's a very nice form of respect. Sorry.
Even Man United players, former Man United players, they called Sir Alex Ferguson boss. I saw there's this video where I think it was Roy Keane and Rio Ferdinand were having an interview. Then Sir Alex Ferguson appeared. They didn't expect him. He was going to get something. And you could see them changing their body language. Like, boss, do you need anything? You can just see the fear they used to have when they saw Sir Alex Ferguson. Ferguson was super strict. So whenever they see him, they get into those young United players and they're like, oh, this is the boss.
But it's out of love. It's out of love. It's not out of it's out of love and out of respect. It's out of gratitude for the good times and what have you, and all the trophies and all the career and all the money they made. Whatever. There's a lot which goes into that respect, and they call it somebody boss or still having, just because it's. I can guarantee you, if it'd been, let's say, the club which got relegated or things went south or the player was sold, or just there's definitely no boss. There's like Mr. He'll call you. He just probably call you first name or something. There wouldn't be that respect if that makes any.
Even the older Chelsea players, but I think football has generally changed. Now we have the PlayStation players. Long time ago, the PlayStation players. They are playing FIFA all the time. They are just young children. They are social media. That's why Sterling is earning 325,000, but he's obsessed about mental health. You put me on 325,000, and all I just have to do is to show up and train. You're kidding me.
With the bomb squad.
The bomb squad. In a month, you're earning close to £1 million.
And who's the one laughing? It's definitely not the club. It's Sterling. So you can put me in a bomb squad. Send me to Africa. I don't care. I'm still earning 325 a week. And
then PFA are saying that Chelsea are mistreating him. Chelsea are treating him bad. Like, how? How are you being treated
We kind
bad?
of are, aren't we?
No, we are not treating him bad. Sterling had an opportunity to leave. He had an offer to go to Turkey. He refused. He had an offer to go to Saudi. He refused. He had an offer to go to the MLS. He refused. He said he wants to live in London. Chelsea even agreed with Fulham that they are going to pay partly of his wages, and they asked him if he could take down a wage cut. He refused.
Okay, then that's on him now.
Yeah, that's on him. The player that I feel mercy for is Disasi. Because Disasi wanted even to go on a loan, but Chelsea were like, no, we want to sell you.
Yeah, that's sad. He looks like he actually wants to play.
Yeah, Disasi.
Why didn't Aston Villa buy him?
Because he was bad.
Okay.
But I can say also one thing with Aston Villa is that Aston Villa have not been buying players. They're in a very tight financial situation.
Yeah, I think they're the worst situation financially from all the teams in the league.
Yeah, they cannot buy. Do you think that Emery would have taken Chelsea way forward?
Who?
Unai Emery.
Maybe one season. But I think the same thing would have happened like it's happening with Villa. The second or third season blues there, then things start going downhill. By the way, the other game which is going on, who's playing? What's the score? A late game.
Fulham Brentford.
Yeah, what's the score there? You know the score?
It's 3-1.
To Fulham.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. The Brentford.
Fulham is winning 3-1.
Yeah.
Fulham is winning 3-1.
Yep.
That is the team we dropped points to. That's why I'm saying we dropped points to very poor teams. Jefferson.
And when we...
Yes, Jefferson, how are you?
Yeah, thanks for adding me.
Yeah.
I'm very well, but I'm a Blues fan.
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you.
Because I'm in a dark room, but I just have one. I want to be coming on camera today because I'm in a dark room, but I just wanted to say one thing, please. I think Enzo Maresca cost us the game. The substitutions were poor because now if you remove Pedro Neto and Esther, how now do we attack? Now you make us now. They were only playing in a half in the first half, man. I don't know. I can't get me very well. Let me just cut off, but I'll come back.
Let
me prepare myself. I'll be joining you guys. I really appreciate a football talk.
We hear you loud and clear. We hear you loud and clear.
You're able to get me?
Yes. I think Maresca has been overusing tactics. Yeah, I can hear you, Ted.
Yeah. You are okay. Just speak. We are listening to you. We cannot talk over you, so we are giving you a chance. It's just that I'm looking at my laptop and my camera is here. That's why sometimes you can see me looking down here, but my camera is here. You're getting me? Hello?
There's a delay
I
in
don't
his
know.
line. There's
I
a
think
delay.
yeah.
There's a delay. His connection is slow. This is why it's when he speaks, it takes time for him to hear.
Oh, Jumbo.
He's not the same guy. Stop doing that.
Oh, funny.
That is what Christian has told me to greet him.
Yeah, but to make him feel at home, to make him relax. He was very nervous, so it's good to just to make him feel relaxed. There, I feel I'm welcome here. That's the whole point.
Okay, when you join the link, do not be scared. We are so fun. We are great people. We all met each other through the live stream. Yeah. I always tell people we met each other. I knew Mehdi, I knew Christian, I knew Isaac through the live stream. So when you come in, be very free. Yes, Jefferson. Yes, Jefferson, how are you? Hello?
I think his net has a big problem.
Hello, Jefferson? If you have a microphone, probably remove it. The microphone might have an issue. Just remove the microphone, then you can talk.
Yeah, sure. I was just low on bundles, but I bought some, so I should be able to join you guys very well. Yes, I can hear you very well, Tyrone. What I wanted to say is that sometimes Maresca overuses. Sometimes football is a simple sport, Tyrone. Maresca is playing most of our players out of position because of the tactics that he wants to implement. But now that deters the players from producing the best game. You can see like James today is playing like a very average player, and James is a very good player. So I think, and I've seen that for a while now. We really want to back the Maresca is really have to step his game up.
Yes, Jefferson. I'm hearing you, and you're making very valid points.
But let me ask Jefferson then. So if you're saying he's playing players out of his position, so in today's game, what formation would you have used, and which players will you use where?
For example, when he made the substitution, we're now playing with very many defenders on the pitch, and we already had fewer players. So it really made it very difficult for us to attack, because I think if he thought Palmer had a problem, an injury, he would have taken off Palmer and at least left on Neto. So when he was, for example, let me use an example. Let me use an example, please. Maresca is playing James in very, very different positions. For example, at the Bayern game, he played James in midfield. James didn't have the best game. And then at this game, when we started the game, he started James at right back. And then he takes James from right back, and now he's playing him as a winger. When now he gets Predoneto and Estava both off the pitch, and he brings on another defender.
Yeah,
go on. We're listening.
Yeah, that's basically what I mean. I don't know a bit of Maresca, but I'm just saying playing players out of position really exposes our players and makes them look like very average players.
Maybe they are average players. So this is what the panel has been going on about. These players aren't as good as we think. Maybe they are just average players. They're not elite. They're not what we used to know from Chelsea, the elite players. I mean, all work in progresses, and they're not the finished product. Maybe that's a reality check for us. I don't know.
I really agree with that as well. I really think that as well. But also, I think they can perform better than they are at the moment.
But
Yeah, it's like I said, there's just
sorry.
mismanagement of players so badly.
But can we say maybe they're tired as well from having no summer break?
That could be a factor, but as well, I think. I also, guys, I was listening to what Aaron was saying just before he joined. I think Maresca as well was throwing Robert Sanchez under the bus today. I know Robert Sanchez made a mistake and he should have let Mbeumo score, but Maresca would have been more humble in defeat because the defeat is also part of why we lost the game.
He's the bigger reason we lost the game than Sanchez.
I agree.
Mahdi,
Yeah?
you and Wedege should have. Okay. I think Jefferson has a lot of insight there. I think I just want to read some few comments here because I always like to interact with people from the comment section. In as much as we blame the coach for this decision, Maresca is a good coach for Chelsea. Nobody disputes that here, by the way.
Yeah.
Disputes that.
But you have to hold people when they're accountable. That's important.
You see, there's one thing that there's a football fan on Twitter. There's a young lady who's a football fan, a Chelsea fan. She has her AV as Maresca out. Sometimes it's so bad just to push for agendas. Like, what you just want to sack another manager and bring in another manager and this merry-go-round. I'm tired. Personally, I'm tired. I am tired of this.
Yeah, I feel you, Tyrone, because definitely we really need to at least stick with one manager. But at the same time, Maresca has to prove to be the correct manager because.
But Maresca has proved
football
himself.
Right now moves very fast.
He was in the Club World Cup competition. He won it. He won the Conference League. He helped Chelsea finish the top 4. I think when it comes to proving himself, he has. And we are also somebody has said that it is still earlier in the season and we are overreacting. I think we are overreacting because Chelsea fans were the most optimistic coming into the season. And Chelsea fans just thought we are coming into the season, I'm included also, and we are going to win the treble.
Please don't throw me under that bus because I'm not part of that brigade.
I was going to say the same thing.
Don't throw me under that bus. I'm not part of that brigade. I was not that deluded.
I did not say I was going to win a treble. I said I expected us to at least close the gap a little and challenge a little. But you flew and said we are going to win the treble.
I said it, and Isaac was also saying it. I think
I
will give you an opportunity. I want to read something here in the comments. I think the entire Chelsea team, from the playing body to the technical team, are physically and mentally tired. I think it's also an element of fatigue. And that's why La Liga gave Real Madrid like a 2 weeks off. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool were in the holiday. Chelsea have been in a continuous season, and we have not started picking up injuries. Oh my God. It might be a long season.
I wasn't going into the season. I wasn't very deluded thinking we'll win a treble, but I was really optimistic, which is kind of also why we are a bit overreacting as well. I'm not Maresca out as well. I've not gotten to a point where I'm saying Maresca out, but I'm just saying I'm calling out some of the mistakes he's making, and he really has to improve.
But you guys, the problem is one very quick point. So the problem is most people bought into the hype of the mainstream media. So the mainstream media, as you know, they have an agenda against Chelsea. They hate Chelsea. So they built up this narrative. They built up this Chelsea is a super team, whatever. They won the Mickey Mouse Club, World Club, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be unstoppable next season. They knew what they were doing because now they're now feeding off this misery. This is what they wanted. They once went build Chelsea up there and then smash them, bring them back down to earth. That's what sells the media. That's what sells newspaper. That's what gets clicks on social media. When Chelsea is flopping, but you know, in order for that to be really successful, you've got to build them up. And then once you build them up, you can tear them down again. This is what the media does. And they got all the Chelsea fans all excited. They all bought into the hype. Some of us, we're all dogs, and we didn't buy into that narrative. We could see we could smell the smell come out of the kitchen. There's Jimmy Carragher, whoever, all those Neville's and all that. I don't buy it. I see you. I see straight through you. And it's all a deflection from Man United. But put the focus on Chelsea, and once things like this happen, then you can bring them down.
Yeah. But I think that is the truth. And even before I continue, I've seen the second goal, the replay of the second goal. I'm telling you guys, we have probably the worst defenders, because Tosin actually ball watches that ball as it comes down. And the Manchester United player who heads that ball is Mazraoui. And Mazraoui is not even in the picture. He just runs back and comes and heads that ball. Everybody is watching that ball, including the goalkeeper.
And this time when they tried to play the high line, it did not work, man.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why Maresca really had to bring in another defender, because if Tosin could not defend that ball, why then? Because you see, he was even standing on the opposite side of where the ball was, and he was ball watching, and he's the tallest man in the box. So I think that is one of the reasons why Maresca brought him on, and he still can't do the job. Why now? Okay, we can't. We are speaking in hindsight, and I know that is sometimes can be skewed. But I think Maresca has to improve, guys. Me, I really have to appreciate. I'll just continue to view because my internet situation is not the best. But I really appreciate you guys on the tactical work that Tyrone does. I really watch. I'm a big fan. Big up.
Yeah, thank you.
Before you go, question for you.
Yeah.
So how do you see things progressing from here? Is it going to go downhill, or is it going to go up, or what do you think is going to happen?
I think we really have just got to go back to the basics to reduce the amount of tactical flexibility. We really have to stick at least with some similar tactics so that the players can really understand the tactics and really be comfortable with the positions that they're playing. And then we can still have a good season, because the season is just getting started. Chelsea is a club of roller coasters. We can start like this and we're ending up winning something big as well. So I'm still optimistic, but I really need to see some changes from Maresca. I'm starting to doubt even
what kind of changes.
The kind of changes is really just to put players in their best positions, to stick with a bit of some familiarity with the players.
Are you going to give any players a rest, or change some players, or who are you going to bring in from the bench, or what is your idea?
It's quite difficult because we really understand that the levels in the Premier League, the players that are coming in, sometimes are not able to maintain the. We would want to rest players, but you see, we can't rest Caicedo. We really don't have an option in that position. We can't rest João Pedro. So we're just in a situation where I'm not sure exactly what we can do. That's why I'm not a football coach, but I really think, for me, if Maresca at least decided to stick with one way of playing and put the players in the best position so they can do something familiar over 2-3 games, we can get results. Because basically we are better. Our players are better than most of the teams we play against.
Oh, so you sound very optimistic. You're not like some of us old dogs who are very negative, very defeated.
Mehdi is the chairman of pessimism. He's the chairperson of.
For me, I've been watching Chelsea for a while. I've been watching football for a while. My dad was a Chelsea fan, so that's how I started watching Chelsea. And I've been watching Chelsea for so long. I know Chelsea is a roller coaster club. We can be looking to Manchester today and everyone is crying, but something good can happen as well. But I'm quite optimistic. I'm more optimistic than pessimistic, fair. But I really think Maresca just has to change. The only change that he needs to do is to place players in the best positions, not to change the tactics all
Yes.
the time. I know it can solve all the problems, but sometimes football is a simple sport. Put me in my best position, I'm Rhys James. I'll give you output. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And also to add on top of saying that players should actually be played in their best position, we can also say that okay, since you have already said that they're also supposed to be played, but you also need to factor in that players like Rhys James, their injury record is not quite great when they're playing in that position that everybody wants Rhys James to play. And also another thing, I always want to defend Maresca in this thing. He asked for a defender. You know, as the central defense partnership is usually the most important positions in the pitch. The central defenders and the goalkeeper. Those are positions where the manager only makes changes because of an injury or a card situation. Those are not positions where a manager makes changes, especially when approaching a big game. So if it is clear that Maresca can see that I don't have to start tossing in this game, then it clearly sends a message that Maresca has one center back he doesn't trust. But even if he plays Fofana, he still finds himself in that same position. Then it means that the problem is we have very bad defenders. And how are we going to survive the entire season with this situation? Are we going to see Maresca actually trusting Hato? Hato was a player who was coaching Ajax at that young age. Hato has more experience in the Champions League than a lot of players in this club.
Yeah.
Why didn't we go all in and outbid Liverpool for Mark Guehi? Because Mark Guehi could play that position. So when you see the manager is making changes in such critical positions, such as centre backs, then you automatically know that things are not okay. Somebody has said, but I don't understand why the media and most people hate Chelsea. Do you think Chelsea has stepped on people's toes? The hate for Chelsea is too much, and why? Let me explain to you the concept of the media. The media has disliked Chelsea because of what? The most popular team in England is Manchester United and Liverpool. Those are the most popular teams in England. And a lot of pundits, a lot of journalists, a lot of writers, a lot of radio presenters are Liverpool and Manchester United fans. But majority are Liverpool fans. And Liverpool fans, who are the majority in the media, dislike Chelsea because when Chelsea was succeeding, Liverpool had been sleeping for 30 years. That is one thing that people don't know. It's Klopp who brought Liverpool back to life. Liverpool had been asleep for 30 years. They were just there in the top 6. They were like us now. They are just getting to the top 4. They are winning a Champions League here. They're in the top 6. They are probably winning an FA Cup there. They were like us. So when Chelsea came up, Chelsea just came up and started buying top players. You're buying Lampard, you're buying Makelele, you're buying you're buying good players and you're winning titles. And Liverpool could not spend like Chelsea. So they developed that envy.
They call us an oil club as well.
It was basically, let's put it this way, Chelsea gate crashed the establishment. So you had the establishment, the Man City, Man United, even Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, the usual. And so came along Chelsea first with their big money, Abramovich, gate crashed that party, took over the party, and left all these establishment teams in their wake. They didn't know what to do. And then obviously Man City came. And Man City came. Same MO from out of the blue, big checkbooks, smashed the establishment, and they couldn't handle it, and they still can't handle it. And this is where the hatred comes from. Because they believe it's their right, it's their privilege, they have the history, they have the whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so they should always be on top. Everybody else should be playing second fiddle. So you can imagine how painful it was for them to see a team like Leicester win the title. It was almost like unbearable. So I'm sure some of them wanted to commit suicide because it's like, how on earth can this Mickey Mouse team from nowhere come and win the title? The manager is buying the pizza as a thank you for winning a game. So well, let's go and eat pizza because you won the game. He said, what? What kind of nonsense is this? This is not what we do. We go to the pub and drink beer. We don't eat pizza.
Actually, what Christian is telling you is the truth. That's the truth. And Chelsea set the blueprint for how a club can come from. Okay, Chelsea was just like a Spurs. They were top 4, sometimes 6th, top 4, sometimes 6th. So Chelsea set the blueprint. Now Manchester City were worse because Manchester City were even getting relegated and coming back. Manchester City has been relegated even in the 21st century. Around 2000, they were relegated. So Manchester City now came in and did it on steroids. So that is why these big clubs went ahead and pushed. And because they even have funds in the FA and in the PGMOL and what, they pushed for this thing they called PSR, Profit and Sustainability Rules. Now that's why even clubs like Newcastle and Aston Villa, they have owners who can invest in the club, but they cannot grow. That's why you find even a club like Newcastle has a lot of money. It can actually buy players and improve itself. But Newcastle is still having to settle with mediocrity because of what we call PSR. And PSR is like a gate. They now created a gate.
PSR is especially designed to stop Newcastle and their Saudi money. That was only for that reason. And obviously, Aston Villa got caught in the crossfire of that as well. But it was specifically designed to stop Newcastle destroying the league in their eyes, destroying the league. But they didn't want those Newcastle Geordies or whatever they call them, to come there and gate crash the party, be the third team which comes into like Chelsea, like Man City. No, we don't want that. We want law and order to return. We want normal service to resume. So now Liverpool's winning. Everybody's very happy. Yes, it's back. The old days are back. The colonies are back. Law and order.
They are still dwelling in the past, and that's why Manchester United, despite being so poor, that's why whenever you see Premier League clubs voting, you'll always realize 3 clubs always vote together: Chelsea, Manchester City. Which other club? Is it Newcastle? Newcastle has joined Chelsea now in voting a lot of things. But you'll always find Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool voting in a certain way. They always vote in a certain way. And they always like vote
left wing versus right wing.
Yeah. Remember when Todd Bowley came up with the idea of beating PSR by having players sign on 8-10-year contracts? They even went and changed the rules. They even changed the rules. They went to
change. And then when they changed the rules, what did Todd Bowley do? He sold hotels to himself. They had to change rules again. It's almost like they can't keep up. Chelsea's always finding a way around. They must have very good lawyers, obviously, and accountants. So, and they hate this. They hate this at Chelsea. In their eyes, their biggest wet dream is for Chelsea to get relegated. That would be like the dream of all dreams.
All Chelsea gets a huge point deduction.
Yeah, but that's their dream of. Their dream of nothing that they have revenge on the mind. They say these guys, they don't deserve 5 titles. We want them back. You're not part of our club, our heritage, football heritage. That's what Jose said, football heritage. And Jose, that is another reason why he went to Man United, by the way. So he got his titles with Chelsea, three, as you say, 3. But he, in his mind, in his arrogant mind there, he wanted a title with one of the so-called heritage clubs to make himself the king of kings kind of thing. So he's done it at the biggest of all biggest clubs, and that was his big ego. But he failed. Unfortunately, I'll say because that was very painful for me to see him as manager of Man United. I couldn't handle that. That hurt. But so he fortunately didn't win a title there. Because if he won a title there, Jose would have been I don't know. The arrogance would have been off the Richter scale.
Yeah, and
He also went to Tottenham, bro.
Sorry?
He also went to Tottenham.
Yeah, but I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, but I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking was going to happen there. But he rebuilt the club. He got to the cup final, and then divided before the cup final. That again was shameful, disgraceful.
At least Christian calls this the therapy session. Once you're done with this live stream, you realize that it's not the end of the world.
Hey, there you go. You see, you feel better. It's good just to get it out of your system. Hey, life goes on, and it's you can't go to bed angry. It's not good to go to bed angry. It's a very bad thing.
Is it?
It's terrible.
It's not good.
Terrible. It's terrible to go to bed angry.
Yeah. Why are you angry and you are alive? You're well.
But if you go to bed angry, it's not a good karma. It's not a good for your sleep. You won't sleep very well. You got to be in a good way, in a good place when you go to bed, so that your body and your soul and your mind rests properly. But if you're going to bed angry, you can't calm down. When you're a young guy, you probably don't understand. But when you get older, you understand.
But even when you're young, when you go to bed angry, you don't sleep well. You're like, you wake up in the middle of the night.
Tense.
Tense. Yeah, it's good. It's good. You get all the stages of grief. You get angry. You start to bargain. Then after you bargain, now you are like man's face. No, you first of all, you get angry.
Denial.
You deny. You deny the victory of Man United, then you bargain.
But the problem is, but you know who suffers when Chelsea loses? You know who suffers the most?
Isaac.
No. Okay, Isaac. Yes, obviously that goes without saying. But the girlfriends of both Tyrone and Mehdi, hey, they know there's going to be fireworks tonight. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to be aggressive tonight. He's going to take out his anger.
Oh my God.
He's going to be on fire tonight. He needs to get out all this anger, all this passion, all this before he goes to bed. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, come on, you say yes, my man. Hey, I don't know, but this was too much, man. Calm down.
No. Let's just live by ourselves.
Yeah, I don't lie, and it's. But that is I'm just being silly. Sorry, forgive me. And,
No. It's chill. You're good. Don't worry.
So I would like us to finish, but before we finish, probably we can get opinions on how do you actually expect the team now to proceed from here, and what changes do you think is going to happen? And because now we cannot just talk about. We cannot just talk about We cannot just talk about the center back situation like now. We cannot just say that we're not going to have. We don't have a good center back now. What are we going to do? We have to come up with a way. We have to solve this problem. If we know very well that probably Tosin is slow, Tosin is not good. Playing in a 1v1 situations or covering ground behind him, what are we going to do? We need to now supposed to ask ourselves, do we now have to drop our lines deeper? Do we now have to reduce the way we are pressing? Because you have to solve these problems. I just wish we had a defender like Van der Ven. He plays for Spurs, but I really like that defender. He's saying it. Let me translate
He's speaking in Swahili, bro.
Yeah. Let me translate it for Christian. So he's saying the fans are the ones who feel hurt the most, and the players and the coaches always move on. And he could see Chelsea players hugging each other. Oh, the rest of it is in is in English.
What are you saying, bro?
Huh? Yes, this one here said Sisi Mashabiki ndio huumia. That means us as fans are the ones who get angry. or we get hurt.
But maybe us as fans, we make too many expectations. We put ourselves up in that high tree, that perch, and then it's hard for us to climb down again. Maybe that is the lessons learned. Sometimes we shouldn't have ridiculous expectations, and because the reality is that, come what may, it looks like Liverpool's going to win the title again. So maybe we should focus our energy on something else and be patient.
We should always focus our energy to improve ourselves. And this is a football match. I know a lot of people are angry and disappointed because I saw a lot of people getting so proud about beating United after seeing Manchester City beating them. And I was like, don't be confident.
Mm-hmm.
We have never won there since 2013. You don't know what might happen. And I always say this, you might get a red card. And today we got a red card. Just the same way when we were with Thomas Tuchel, we were like, we are so good. We are so better than Liverpool. Then we went to Anfield. Then Reece James got that red card. Remember when he tried to get the ball? So these things happen in big games. You can even go to a final where you are favorites, and then you get a red card, and now you're no longer favorites. So those are just part of the game. I know a lot of people get angry because you are fearing to get bantered by other teams' fans. They'll just banter you tomorrow and the weekend. It's over. It's not the first time we are losing to Manchester United. We have lost even 4-0 to United. We have also beaten them. And
but this defeat here, whatever, this bad results here, 3 games in a row, it's with the squad we have, with those 10,000 players we have in the squad, this gives opportunities. This is where I keep saying this. When your opportunity comes, grab it with both hands, give it all you have, and take it with a kiss hand. Yes, I know when you're a bench player, you're not getting in minutes. It's when the teams lose. That's when you're speculating. Oh, my chance is coming. My chance of this guy here, my rival on this team, in this spot, he looks tired or he's maybe injured or whatever. And this is when your opportunity is there, you grab it. And this is where maybe Maresca, our friend there before, I can't remember his name, from Kenya, you're saying Maresca needs to make some changes, rotate a bit of the squad, try some of the other players who haven't had a chance. And this is where, if we had our friend there we sold to Everton,
Dewsbury
Hall, he is one of those players we really, really miss him in these kind of situations where the team needs rotating, the team needs something different. But nope, we have to sell him to make a few bob profit. Wasn't, but yeah, but it is what it is. We can't keep everybody. So,
but even if we can't keep everybody, we need to stop signing players that we don't need.
Yes, please. Oh my God.
I don't understand.
So annoying.
Signings. Do we have how many players you have signed in? I don't even get. I hear there's buyers. What are these? What are these? What are all these players? I just hear somebody telling me that, oh, this is a super player. Oh, this is a top player. Oh, this is an upcoming star. We even signed a striker recently. I don't even know his name. If I start doing player analysis videos, if I start doing player analysis videos, I will do many analysis videos because I don't even know. I don't even know. We're just doing a lot of signings.
But it's like when the dog is barking too much, making too much noise, you throw him a bone to keep him quiet. Maybe it's the same thing they do to us fans here. They just buy random players here and there. Then I just keep these Chelsea fans from barking, making too much noise. So we'll just we'll throw them a bone once in a while, but they're not really interested in. I think they burnt their fingers badly with spending money on Enzo and then Caicedo, big time money. I think they don't want to go down that street again.
Yeah. So and also, okay, yeah, okay. This is non-football related. Let me just end this stream and then I can probably tell you. It's something that is we were talking about. There is something that Trump has actually shared. I will end this stream and then I can probably tell you. Can somebody please tell me how Liverpool can sign 3 players worth 400 million and the media doesn't say anything? about it. But when Chelsea signed Enzo and Caicedo for 200 million, there's no rest. It's the media. I've told you.
But hang on, but I can defend that. I can defend that. So
yeah, but Liverpool. Okay, yeah.
The context of that. Again, what I was talking about net spend. Remember, I was talking about, you were saying Chelsea spent $2 billion, but you don't tell them how much they sold. Let me play it. You forget that last transfer window, Liverpool spent $9 million. At the transfer window before that, they spent nothing. So you do the maths. So they have money. They have what you call credit in the bank. So of course they'll be able to spend. If you just spend for 2 transfer windows, you can be able to spend 400, maybe even 500 million, because you haven't spent before. So I don't buy that argument.
Yeah. And actually, you have said it well. Liverpool didn't sign anyone when Slot was coming, by the way. They never signed anybody. Slot won the league with what he had. They never signed anyone.
Yep, and they sold.
Yeah, they sold players, but they didn't sign anyone. And also looking at the context also, Liverpool are just from winning the league. Chelsea, by that time they were signing, I think they were so okay. But anyway, we do understand. So, guys, I think I will end this live stream. But Christian and Meds don't leave. This is something I want to talk to you off camera. It's just that we cannot talk it. Yeah, it's, this live stream is super sensitive. The way YouTube gets. So, everybody, thanks. I hope you are okay. I hope if you have stayed with us till now, you are relaxed. I think you are now relaxed. Some of us, we are angry, but as Christian usually says, that it's the therapy session after the game. So we are going to do another live stream. Okay, let me end this.